Okay, I have no idea what is up with that. Kind of weird. Anyway, hello and welcome to the Howling Silence. This is another horror winter themed game, so yeah, that's about all I really know. And I'm gonna get out this creepy main menu now and start a new game.
Maybe following the shortcut the GPS gave us wasn't a good idea.
Squint through the windshield, but it's useless. Snow is coming down too hard. Thick swirling flakes stick to the glass and smother the headlights. Past the hoods of the truck, there's nothing. No road, no trees, just a blinding wall of white that makes it feel like the world is disappearing.
It's fine.
Says that, but I know it's not. I can hear it in her voice, wound tight and ready to spring. I should have listened to the GPS. Thought it was being smart, saving us time and avoiding traffic. Instead, I led us into this. Narrow, unmarked road that goes through the mountains like a trap. Now it's buried in snow, nearly indistinguishable from the forest around us.
God, we should have just stayed on the main road.
Grit my teeth, resisting the urge to slam my head against the dashboard. Classic Sam, always chasing shortcuts that end up being dead ends.
It's a bit too late for that.
Hands are white-knuckled on the steering wheel. Drawer is locked. She's trying to stay calm, but I can see the fear in the corners of her eyes. Truck moves forward, crunching in the thickening snow. The road is too small and narrow to turn around now. We're trapped.
I think the GPS gave us bad directions.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Sam. Very helpful. I feel so much better now.
Snaps at me, I shut up. The silence returns, heavy and accusing. At the finals, we promised each other a break. Not stress. No stress, no deadlines. Just snow, hot drinks, and a fireplace somewhere in the mountains. Kate found the cabin, some no-frills rental near a quiet ski resort. Just remote enough to feel like an adventure. Spent days texting back and forth about it. What books to bring, who was in charge of snacks. Whether we could get away with sliding down a hiking trail if no one was watching. Said we deserved it. After all the late nights, all the group projects, all the professors who thought sleep was optional. Wanted the free time with her, somewhere quiet than ours. We were stupidly happy to get a vacation. Didn't take any warnings seriously. Now it feels like we've been punished for our carelessness. Break the silence after a while.
How are we on gas?
She doesn't answer right away, but I see her eyes flick down to the gas meter.
More than half a tank?
That's something at least. Don't have to worry about running out of gas and freezing to death. Snow is falling faster and heavier now. Heavy wet flakes are sticking to the windshield, swirling when the wipers run over them. Kate has them on the highest setting, but doesn't seem to make a difference.
Christ, I can't see anything.
As soon as she says it, something darts across the road. Fast, dark, too big to be anything normal.
Oh shit!
Kate jerks the wheel hard. Tire scream, then something pops, loud enough to feel throughout my body. Slams on the brakes and we slide across the road, speeding the endless flurry of snow, jolting violently when we hit a snowbank. Yeah, well, we definitely don't have to worry about fuel anymore, because we no longer have a working car. Slam into the snowbank with extreme force. On the side of the truck sinks sharply, tilting just enough to make my stomach roll.
What the hell was that?
I can barely breathe and I can feel my heart pounding in my ears. Grip my seat like it's a lifeline, knuckles white and trembling. Silence after the blowout is deafening, kind of makes your ears ring. No engine, no more music, just wind and the ticking of cooling metal.
Some animal ran right in front of us, and a tire blew. We must have hit a rock or ice or something.
Kate's voice shakes, trying to sound calm, but I can hear the tension beneath it. She fumbles with the seatbelt, fingers slipping, then throws open the door. A rush of freezing air blasts inside, making me tremble even more. Plunge and pull my coat tighter around me, like that will do anything. Kate crouches near the front wheel, brushing snow off the tire with bare, reddening hands. Breath fogs in sharp bursts.
The tire burst. It's completely flat.
At least the tire's easily replaceable, but what are the damages?
Shit.
Both freeze in place as a shape darts through the trees. Not really darting, but lunging. Hunched silhouette, taller than any animal has the right to be, limbs too long, too fast. Mess of fur and teeth and glaring red eyes locked onto the trunk. Then it's gone, swallowed by the dark pines without sound. Kate stares at the trees, frozen in a half-crouch. She catches her breath, then bolts back into the truck, snow spraying behind her. Grabs the door handle and slams it shut. But for a moment, I'm convinced the thing will come charging out before it closes. Eyes are locked on the window, waiting for red eyes and claws. It doesn't come. Silence. Neither of us move. Neither of us want to talk about it either. Just stare into the forest, both pretending we didn't see what we know we saw.
Okay. So you have a spare tire, right?
Kate doesn't look at me, just stares out the windshield as if she doesn't hear me.
Kate?
I didn't have room for it.
Of course.
You... what? You didn't have room for it.
We got too much stuff, alright? I didn't think we'd get stuck in a blizzard on some creepy mountain.
Snaps at me again and sounds defensive. Bit my tongue before I say something called regret. Not the time to get into a fight.
It's fine. We'll call for help. That's what phones are for, right?
Pull my phone out and turn on the screen. Just like a bad horror movie, I have no signal. 0 bars.
Are you kidding me?
No bars?
None. What about you?
Gives me a grim look, holding up her screen before placing it face down on the lap.
No bars.
Fingers move automatically, typing in 911, like it's a magic code that will fix everything. But your technology is that you can call it no matter where you are and get connected. Feel relief when the call connects. The relief is dashed when the voice that comes through is garbled and sounds like it's underwater. Med services cannot be reached. Location. Then the call ends. Stared down at the home screen, unable to comprehend what I just heard. Feels like the ground has been yanked out from under me. It's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to get connected with a dispatcher who will send out units to our location.
No. It's not supposed to do this.
I desperately try again. The end's even faster than the previous call. Cold seeps deeper in my bones, like the air inside the truck is closing in. The dark outside is already winning. I want to hold my phone out of the window. What's the point of having it if it doesn't do anything?
I'm going to lose my mind.
Try again.
The suggestion aggravates me. I already called twice.
You try!
Kate picks up her phone and tries dialing 911. She does. She gets the same result. At times she doesn't say anything after it cuts off. Just sets her ear on the dashboard screen down, refusing to look at it.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Voice is small, not angry, not brave, just empty. She's accepted the fact that we're screwed. She buries her face in her hands. It's in silence as the snow continues to fall, turning the truck into a coffin. But later that afternoon, the cab of the truck felt warm and light. Music played through the speakers and I laughed as I swatted Kate's hand away from stealing one of my fries. We were excited for our winter break vacation. Phones buzzed with the weather notification. Blizzard warming, mountain raging 6. Travel is not advised after 6 p.m. Low visibility and heavy snowfall are expected. Rolled my eyes.
They always do this. Remember last year? They called for a whiteout and it barely flurried.
Kate smirked.
It's probably just to scare off the tourists. They want to keep the roads clear for the locals.
Should we have left earlier?
Turns out we probably should have. I was more out of obligation than concern. I already mentally checked out for the week. The idea of a remote cabin, a fireplace, and no cell service sounded like heaven. Yeah, too bad about the last part, because now we could really use the cell service.
We'll be fine. We're not stupid. We're not gonna drive through a blizzard.
Yeah, maybe we should have kept our mouths shut. Maybe prepared a little better. I grinned.
Right. Famous last words.
And that they were. Both laughed. Try calling 911 over and over again. Each time I get the same message and the call ends. I can see my battery percentage dropping.
You know, you're going to run out of battery if you keep doing that.
I have it plugged in.
Yeah?
I just glanced at the dashboard where it's plugged in.
How much charge do you have?
Pause and actually check my percentage. 14%. It's not charging. Heater and wipers are using power faster than the truck can generate it. Plumb forward and rest my head on the dashboard, defeated.
This can't be happening.
Sit in silence, watching the world outside is drowning in snow. No lights, no sky, just cold, dark, and endless white. Minutes pass, or maybe hours. Time is starting to lose meaning for us. I'm the one to break the silence again.
Okay, what if we flag someone down? A snowplow or something?
Sam, when's the last time we saw another car on this road?
Well, the snow got bad. Or we got on this godforsaken road.
What about walking back to the fork? Maybe someone will come that way.
That's miles behind us, and we lose the truck completely in this storm. If we lose sight of it, we're screwed.
Looking for a white truck in a blizzard would be impossible. I sighed and hugged myself. Even with the heater on full blast, I'm still cold and shivering. Keep thinking of ideas, though.
What about blowing the horn? Maybe...
Kate snaps at me.
No one is out there. There's no one to hear it.
Besides, whatever ran out in front of us, and we definitely don't want to attract its attention to us. Stay quiet again and replay the events that led up to this point in my head. Forecast warning we brushed off. The shortcut looked like a time saver. We were saying we'll be fine, like that would keep us safe. I didn't actually know if we'd be fine. I just wanted to impress Kate and pretend I wasn't the anxious, overthinking mess I usually am. Now we're stuck, no spare, no signal, no good ideas left. We stay here, though, we're certain to freeze to death. Then the snow lightens. Still falling, but slower now. Thinner flakes are giving more visibility. All outside isn't pitch black anymore, just dim and frozen. I let my head and look at Kate. She meets my eyes with hers.
It's letting up.
Doesn't sound relieved, though. She sounds resolved. Grows her snow boots and heavy coat.
Wait. What are you doing?
Surge of padding rises in my chest.
I'm going to walk down the road and try to get a signal.
No, it's still dark. The snow's waist high. What if you slip? What if something happens?
Then something happens.
Voice is low and matter of fact. Mind is already made up.
We can actually see now. That's more than we had an hour ago. What do you want to do, Sam?
sit here and wait to freeze to death when the battery dies? Wait for someone to magically find us on an abandoned back road that no one uses?
I can't do that.
Open and then close my mouth. Rain screaming at me to stop her, but I don't know what to say.
I'll come with you.
No.
She doesn't hesitate.
If we both go and get lost, we lose everything. Someone has to stay with the truck. That's you.
Nod my head, just barely. Doesn't feel like a nod, it feels like surrender. Want to scream, want to beg her to not leave me alone, want to be brave, want to go out into the dark. But I'm not. Not brave, not like Kate. Kate zips up her coat, pulls on her gloves and opens the door. Cold wind whips into the truck again, bringing snow in with it. Didn't mean it.
I'll try to be fast.
Then she's gone. Watch a silhouette disappear into the darkness. Then I'm alone. Been 2 hours since Kate left the truck. 2 hours of staring at my phone, watching the minutes crawl by, feeling the ghost vibration that's her calling me. See the battery getting lower and lower. 9%, 7%, 5%, still no signal. Stare at the number like that will magically make it go up. Doesn't. Cold has killed the port completely. Lifeline's dying in my hands. Sink back into the seat, breath fogging the glass. He's losing the fight too, only blowing weak, lukewarm air. Side of the storm has thinned into a whisper. Flurries are coming slower now, dancing across the window in soft spirals. Might have been beautiful under different circumstances. Quiet, peaceful, surreal. But right now, it's not peace. It's emptiness. Silence so heavy it feels like it's pressing into the cab, flattening me against the seat. I gnaw on my thumbnail anxiously. Kate should have found a signal by now, or come back, or something. I shouldn't be taking this long. Shift my position on the seat, trying to stretch the numbness out of my legs. Try saying something out loud, to break the silence, just to remind myself there's a world outside of my head.
She's fine. She probably found a signal. Maybe her battery died too.
Well, it sounds wrong in the stillness, thin and fragile. My mind won't stop creating terrifying images anyway. Kate slipping on ice, Kate freezing in the snow, Kate being dragged into the trees by something I don't even want to name. Press my palms against my eyes.
No, stop. She's fine. She's fine.
The silence keeps answering me, cold and patient. It's too much. Can't stay in here anymore. Truck feels like a coffin, yet too thin to breathe. Had to do something. I open the gold compartment, rummaging around like I'll find a flare or radio that we missed earlier. All I find is a crumpled napkin, dead pen, half-eaten granola bar. Stare at the bar for a second before tossing it aside. I'm anxious, not hungry. Kate took the only flashlight we had. My phone has a flashlight. It has a low battery though. Need to be careful how I use it. Shove my keys in my pocket, ink at my codes and open the door. All the cold slams into me. Snow is thigh deep, clinging to my boots, dragging me down with every step. Silence outside is worse. I'm the only living thing out here, except for the trees that watch me. I use the flashlight on my phone briefly to check the footprints. Then try to lean away from the truck and down the road, exactly where Kate had gone. Partially filled in now, softened by the snow, but still visible. Turning the flashlight off again. Pulls outside the door of the truck, staring at the footprints. Following them means leaving the only shelter I have, leaving my safety net. Sitting in a truck waiting will kill me. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Whether from cold or panic or something else. Something I can't name. I know it. Kay had gone out there alone, for me. Now I had to do the same for her. Adjust my jacket, flash the light on my phone on the trail, and take a careful step forward. Snow swallows the sound behind me. Eerie silence of the mountain keeps me alert at all times. Hand is on a swivel. Change to look wherever I hear the smallest sound. Already out of breath, my legs stiff from wading through the snow. Mine keeps playing tricks on me, telling me something is watching, something is following me. I feel a chill go through my body that isn't from the cold. Kate's footprints veer off suddenly, cutting away from the narrow mountain path and into the thick of the woods. I stare at them, heart pounding against my ribs. I don't really want to go that way, but I have to do it. Kate went this way, I have to. Cautiously followed the trail, settling deeper into the woods, away from the main road. Racked my brain, trying to figure out why she would have gone this way. She need to go to the bathroom? Did she see or hear something? Was she trying to get away from something or someone? Thought of something or someone else being out here makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I feel small and vulnerable out here. Feels me right. I hear twigs snapping in the woods. Whip around to face it, breath grows shallow. Just beyond the trees, half in by dress, is a large shape. Lose our sights when I see it. Don't think it's Kate, but she's the only thing that makes me feel safe.
Kate?
Don't get a response. Pull out my phone and check the signal. Have one bar, and just enough battery. You can call Kate, find out where she is. You can call for help, then head back to the truck before the storm starts up again. Feel a sense of relief when the call connects and starts ringing. Relief dissipates when the call keeps ringing with no answer. Keep walking down the path, following her footsteps, trying to call again. As I go, I hear something in the distance that sounds familiar. Shit, that's not good. My blood turns to ice when I recognize the sound. It's Kate's phone. Call her repeatedly, following the sound of the phone's ringing. The closer I get to it, the redder the snow becomes. Sense of dread fills me up to the core. Hand holding my phone is shaking uncontrollably, but I keep walking. Soon I see a dim light of something in the snow. I run up to it. It's Kate's phone. Smashed, shattered, painted in blood. The screen is cracked straight through, sputtering like veins across the glass. Red streaks crisscross it, seeping into the snow like it's still bleeding. No mistaking it. This is her phone. I can touch it. Don't know why. It was wrong. This is hers, not mine. But why is it on the ground?
Where are you?
And now would be a good time to maybe try and call 911. Or maybe it's the exact reason why Kate got killed. Whoever's out here saw her calling 911 and decided to kill her. Maybe the same is gonna happen to us soon. Silence that answers feels worse than a scream. Rather hear something, anything. Stumble in the snow, looking around wildly. Footprints turn into a trail of blood. I see a figure on the ground, covered in red. Wearing a familiar lavender coat.
No. Please. No.
sprawled in snow like a broken marionette, almost twisted in ways no body should ever bend. One arm is flung out towards nothing, streaked in blood, fingers curled like they were reaching for something. Someone who never came. Me. Other arm is crumpled beneath her, buried in crimson slush. Coat is in ribbons, not torn, shredded, like something tore through it in a frenzy. Fabric hangs in tatters, exposing the pale ruin of a chest. See what cores of intense glistening through the mass of slashed skin and muscle. Ribs poke out, some broken clean in half, others bent outward like they'd been forced apart from the inside. Not just that she died, that something wanted her open, like it had been digging. Her throat is gone, torn out entirely, just a dark, wet hole where her voice used to be. Her head is twisted, naturally to the side, still connected by sinew, and skin that looks ready to tear. Eyes are wide and unblinking, still staring up at the sky, still frozen in that last helpless moment. Legs give out beneath me, hit the ground hard, knees slamming into the frozen earth, but barely register the pain. Throat tightens like I've been strangled. No scream comes out, just a dry, broken gasp. Double over, arms clutching my stomach as it twists, threatening to heave. Creeps up my throat, but I choke it down. Body shudders uncontrollably, from cold, from terror, from whatever this is that's happening inside of me. Not just crying, breaking down. I feel like I've been hit by a train. Fingers dig into the snow, trying to ground myself, but it doesn't help. Kate is here. Kate is gone. Kate is...
Kate!
Honestly, the voice actors are doing a fantastic job on this. Poor Kate. Deserved a better fate. It should have been me. It should have been me. Kate was everything I'm not. Brave, loud, fearless. Didn't let anything stop her. She dragged me out of my shell, out of my comfort zone, whether I liked it or not. Made me laugh when I didn't want to. Made me live when I didn't think I could. She made this trip happen. She was the one who wanted to celebrate after finals. Picked the cabin, the playlist, the snacks. I'm the one who said we should take the shortcut. One with no lights, no signs, no cell service. When the GPS suggested it was no big deal. I trusted it. Told her it would be fine. Told her not to worry. Now her blood is soaked into the snow. Her eyes are still open. It's all because of me.
This is all my fault.
Breath hitches as I fumble in my coat for my phone. Fingers are stiff, trembling so badly I can barely keep a grip on it. Wipe the screen with my sleeve, trying to see past the falling snow. It takes too long to light up, and every second feels like agony. Cold has numbed my hands, but I still try to press in the numbers. 912. I mess it up. Thumb hits the wrong key and doesn't connect the call. I had to start over. Just need to go through. Call button is right there. I press it. I guess my phone dies. Can't tell if I hit it or not. There's a shot. Fingers are useless. Right before I put the phone to my ear, I hear something. Shit. Yeah, when I said about Kate potentially being killed because the creature out there is didn't want her calling 911. Yeah, I think I might have been right. Deep guttural growl from something that doesn't sound human comes from behind me. Low and wet, rattling in the chest of something massive. Rumbles through the trees like thunder, and it's right behind me. Close and it's real. Body seizes up. Can't move, can't breathe. Knees lock, keeping me in place. Want to look, want to run, but my brain is screaming at me not to. I can hear it breathing just behind me. It's wet, ragged, and unnatural. Each of its breath crawls up to the back of my neck. Then there's another growl, closer this time. Louder, angrier, and hungrier. Not just watching me, it's inching closer. I can feel it in my soul. There's no road, no lights, no help. Just me out here. This thing that wants to tear me apart like it had done to Kate. Turn to run. I should claw at my coat, in my face and making it bleed like punishment for coming here. Stumble through snow that's too deep and too thick, dragging my legs like it is trying to pull me under. Behind me I can hear crunches, heavy, fast and deliberate. Sound of that thing haunting me. Don't dare look back. Lungs on fire. Throat burns with every gasp. Cold tears into my chest like broken glass, but I keep running. Boots slide on wet ice, and I nearly fall, catching myself on a crooked tree, just long enough to push forward again. Pain shoots up my shin, but I keep running. I can feel it behind me. Don't just hear it, but feel it. Its presence is pulling at me with the weight of everything I've just lost. Kate's torn face flashes behind my eyes. Blood is soaking into the snow. I choke on a sob and force myself not to scream. If I scream, I'll slow down. Slow down or die. Water with a fallen log. Fart scraping my leg. Snow flies in all directions. Hear a low growl behind me. It's gaining on me. Something crashes through the underbrush, sponging trees like twigs. Not trying to be stealthy. Wants me to know. Chases the game to it. Legs are giving out. Vision blurs around the edges, like creeping in like frostbite. Limbs are numb, but terror pushes me forward. Step by agonizing step. Don't have a plan, don't have a direction. All I know is I can't let it catch me. I rush through another thicket of branches, my skin tearing, snow clinging to my clothes. Breath is coming out in ragged gasps, my chest heaving like it's going to split. My foot catches on a rope. I hit the ground hard, my head slams on a rock. A split second, the world spins and goes white, and I hear it catching up to me, breathing heavily, deeply, and closer. Scramble up, slipping, clawing at the snow. Gold comes off. I don't care. I don't even feel the cold anymore. I hurl myself forward, heart pounding in my throat, tear through the woods like something possessed. Ahead of me I see a path, footprints in it that look familiar. Keep running that way. Through the darkness and floating snow I see it. The truck, a blurry shape in the snow, half buried in white. Pull myself harder, lungs feeling like they're going to explode. Legs barely respond, but adrenaline drives me forward. Behind me I can hear cracks and snaps from the brush. Don't look back, can't afford to. Truck is just ahead, almost there, almost safe. But then I realize something. Keys are in my pocket. My zipped pocket. Fingers are stiff, shaky and numb. I don't have any time to open it. Won't make it if I stop to dig them out. Fumble with the lock and pray the door isn't frozen shut. So I don't even try. I drop to the ground and slide under the truck. On the right ground, feeling the snow soak through my pants. Clamp my hand over my mouth, trying to quiet the panic wheezing. Entire body is trembling, heart is pounding so hard that I can hear it. Then I listen. For a minute, I don't hear anything. So close as before, but now my breath when I hear the snow crunching. Slow, deliberate steps circling the truck. Looking for me. It's going to find me. Chest aches from holding the air. Lungs scream for release, but I keep my frozen hands over my mouth and will myself to vanish. Snowbank presses against the truck. Gives me some cover, but not enough. It crouches, and even thinks to look under the truck. I'm dead. Which I think it's about to do. Low grumble rumbles from somewhere just above me. Sniffing. Yep. I can hear the wet drag of his breath against the truck's metal frame. Stops right next to me. I can feel it there. Heat and hatred radiating through the cold. Vision blurs as I'm silently sobbing. Tears freezing against my skin. Massive claw scrapes under the truck's door, slow and sharp like it's testing a sound. Bite down on my sleeve to stop myself from whimpering. Then I hear a howl. Not just a howl, but an inhuman scream. Monstrous wet throat sound that erupts into the sky like something dying and raging all at once. Not an animal, it's not human. It's wrong in a way that horrifies me. I nearly scream with it. Middle above me rattles at the beast, as the beast shifts. One terrible second I swear it's going to crouch right under and drag me into the snow. But it doesn't. Instead I hear it turn. Footsteps erupt through the snow, racing away, back in the direction it came from. Back towards Kate. I stay frozen, feeling paralyzed, counting seconds by the pounding of my heart. Waiting for a minute, then 2, then 3. Only when the woods fall completely silent again do I move. Shaking, I slide my numb hand into my pocket and fumble out the keys. I take a glance at the woods, but I don't see anything. No shadows or shapes. Crawl off onto the truck, my clothes soaking wet from the snow. Legs barely work and my fingers are shaking too badly to hold the keys correctly. Fumble with them for a few seconds, struggling to insert the right one into the lock, but I managed to do it. Door locks and I slip inside and close it. Gently, carefully, like a single noise might summon the creature back. Hit the door lock and climb into the back seat. Don't feel safe in the front. It's too easy to spot me there. Only then do I let myself breathe and close my eyes. Wait. The call. Is that right? I'm pretty catching in my throat. I made the call. Need to, right now. Hand moves to my back pocket. But don't feel anything. Of course I fucking dropped it. That's maybe what I heard. My phone ringing. Panic tightens on my chest as I scramble to check my jacket pocket. Still nothing. I feel like I can't breathe. I had my phone. I know I had it. Mine replays the scene like a broken film reel. Case body in the ground, the blinding panic. I was holding my phone, but I don't remember what happened after that. Did I drop it? Did I throw it? Hands were shaking so badly, I could have done anything with it. Must have dropped it while running. Now it's out there somewhere. With that thing. No way I'm going back for it. I'm gonna survive 5 seconds. Cover my face with my hands. Bitter, broken laugh chokes out of me. Lost everything now. My friend, my safety, my lifeline. All I have left is this freezing trock, a monster in the woods. Going to myself, trying to hold in the panic, the grief, and the helplessness. Don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do. Okay, I'm assuming flashback. Scribbled my pencil moved quickly as I ignored the hum of the conversations and the clatter of keyboards. I sat tucked away in the far corner of the campus library, buried under a pile of reference books older than most of the students here. One of them, leather-bound and weathered, lay open in front of me. My notes were messy, the margin scrawled with a half-underlined line. Protector turned predator. Kept saying, staring at the page, it stuck with me. Oh, I think I get what's going on here. This isn't a flashback, it's back to reality because she's writing a story. Okay. Very dark story, that. Both legends from this region were different. They weren't just snarling monsters or curses from a full moon. The story spoke about something older, a guardian spirit that washed over travelers in the mountains. So that's what the creature was that they encountered, was a werewolf. Yeah, very terrifying sounding one at that. It only turned savage after years of isolation, forgotten by the people it once protected. It had a melancholy and familiar feel to it. Whispered the words under my breath.
Protector turned predator.
Sounds metal.
I jumped. A voice behind me, close and playful, spoke. Looked up quickly and saw her. She was standing behind me, coffee in hand, cheeks pink from the cold. Long curly brown dark hair and shining green eyes. Wearing a lavender coloured coat with purple gloves and leggings. Good to see that she's actually alive in the real world. Messenger bag was slung across her, telling me she'd just come in from the campus courtyard. She smiled at me, wanted to smile back, but I was too much in shock. I looked like a deer caught in headlights.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I just couldn't help overhearing.
I just stiff nod, cursing myself for saying that out loud. I wanted to ignore her and get back to my notes. Now she was standing here in front of me, expecting a response.
It's fine.
My eyes flicked down to my open book, then the scribbled mess of notes.
So... Protector turned predator, huh? What is that? A band name or your thesis?
Or both? Question caught me off guard.
Maybe both?
Just what I said. Made a laugh which sent a weird jolt of pride through me. I wasn't used to talking to other people, let alone making them laugh. Put a chair over to me and sat down. That's what she'd been planning to do from the start.
I'm Kate. I've seen you around a few times. You always sit back here like you're hiding from something.
Someone? Racked my brain trying to recall a face, but I'd never seen her before.
I'm Sam. And I'm not hiding.
She raised an eyebrow. Not buying it. I wouldn't either.
It's just quieter here.
That was true, at least.
That's fair. Although, I did hear that someone died in this very corner.
Dropped my pencil and stared at her in disbelief. Did someone really?
It's cursed. Sometimes, you can hear them speaking.
Leaned in and lowered her voice.
Leave the library while you still can.
She was messing with me. I stifled a laugh and looked back at my book, a smile on my face.
So, what are you actually studying? It doesn't look like Mythology 101.
Well, It's just something I wanted to look into after learning about different types of werewolves in class.
Face turned red when I realized how weird I sounded. This wasn't normal people talk. Glanced over at Kate, but she looked genuinely interested in what I had to say. Surprising.
So, what did you learn?
Began talking before I could stop myself.
Most werewolf legends are about people being cursed, bitten, transformed, or hunted. But these ones? This region specifically, talk about a guardian. Something that lived in the woods and protected travelers. Until it was forgotten. Then it changed.
Kate's smile faded a little, but not from disinterest, something else. Focus? She leaned in closer, reading the page like she wanted to see what I saw in it. Felt nervous with her so close to me.
That's actually kind of beautiful. And heartbreaking.
I was surprised by her reaction. It wasn't the one I was used to.
Most people just think it's a dumb story.
No, it makes sense. Imagine giving your whole existence to watching over people. Then they stop believing in you. They stop coming. You'd lose yourself eventually. Anyone would.
I turned a little. Wasn't used to people getting it. I usually had to defend why I was interested in this kind of stuff. I usually had to explain the meaning of the stories.
I always thought monsters weren't born. They're made. And not always on purpose.
Kate looked at me with something like admiration.
Okay, that's a line. You should be writing this down. Like, not just in class notebooks. You could write a book with that.
If you don't, I will happily put it into a book. Or, actually, it was already been put down into a book, that visual novel of sorts, see? Looked down embarrassed, rolling my pencil between my fingers. She had to be messing with me. But she wasn't.
Seriously, you clearly put a lot of thought into this. I can't wait to hear more about what you find out and how you analyze it.
I feel my face go red and smiled shyly.
Well, you'll be the first and only person I tell.
I'm looking forward to it, werewolf girl.
Oh, cute. Okay, nope. That was a memory. That was how they both, met. Unfortunately, this is still a reality. That's a shame. Memory fades. There and gone. Back in the truck. Back in the dark. Heater hums weakly and the windows are fogged from my breath. Inside the cab feels like a coffin. Like it's going to be my place of death. Clothes are gone and my jacket is still stiff from the frost. Body aches from running and falling, taking a beating from the woods. But none of that compares to the pain in my heart. Made it back. Somehow I made it back. Yeah, unfortunately the same can be said for our dearest friend Kate. Yeah, but Kate didn't. I try to breathe, but my lungs feel crushed. Something has wrapped around them and refuses to let go. The image of her body won't leave me. I'd seen it, and I'd seen her. I knew it was meant the second I saw her phone abandoned in the snow. The screen still lit up like it was waiting for her to come back. I tried to pretend it didn't mean anything, and she just called out to me. Come stumbling from the trees, flashlight waving, grinning. I get to be mad and scared and relieved all at once. We have time to talk and laugh on our way back. But she isn't coming back. She's gone. And I left her there. I want to throw up. This hope hits me so hard I don't recognize the sound as mine. Curl up in the back, arms around myself, gasping for breath. Tears strewn down my cheeks, hot against the cold. Breath is ragged, chest heaving. Each cry more painful than the last. Isn't gentle or quiet. kind of pain you don't come back from.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Kate.
Shake my head over and over, trying to rid my mind of the awful truth. Maybe if I hate myself enough, I can undo it. Should have gone with her. Should have stopped her. Should have done something. She was smart and brave. She was the one who always knew what to say, even when I couldn't get the words out. She made me laugh when I hated everything. She saw me, actually saw me, thought I was worth knowing. I let her die out here alone in the dark, where that truth crushes me. Fingers press against my eyelids, but it doesn't stop the crying. Makes it worse. Tired body trembles. Can't breathe through the grief. Everything we ever said to each other is echoing too loudly in my head. Every moment. Every time she smiled at me like I was something special. She always told me how much she... Let me try that again. She always told me how much she valued our friendship. Never told her how much she meant to me. Not really. She made me feel safe by just sitting next to me. The world wasn't as scary when she was there. Like I was broken or strange for the things I believed in, for the things I feared. She made me feel human. She made me feel real. She was my only friend, my best friend. And now she's gone. And I'm here alone. The sobs keep coming. I let them. Don't have the strength to stop them. Outside the wind howls, a low morning sound. It flows through the truck like the mountain is grieving with me. But it doesn't change anything. Nothing can. Kate is dead. And it's my fault. Soul softened into a quiet gasp, body trembling with cold and grief. Then I hear something. Crunching in the snow outside the truck. It catches in my throat. Every muscle locks up.
No, please, no.
Hold down on a gasp and flat my body on the back. Don't dare move or blink. My heart is slamming against my ribs like it's trying to break out. It's here, circling the truck. Each step comes with a soft scrape of cloth against metal with a squish of slush underfoot. It's not rushing or sniffing around like some wild animal. More moving deliberately, like it knows, like it's looking for me. I hold my breath. Everything goes still. Think it might have left. Then, light knock on the glass right above me. I stop breathing. It turns slowly, every nerve in my neck screaming not to. It's there. Oh, hi. You're a big fella, aren't ya? And I, right there at the window, massive and reflective, too intelligent, too patient. Don't know if it sees me, pray it doesn't. But so close I can see the breath coming from its nose. Body's gone completely still. Don't even blink. If I move, I die. I know that. Leans closer. His breath fogs the glass, slow and steady. Claw drags lightly across the door, just below the window. Testing the vehicle, feeling it and waiting for the movement. Vision blurs, not sure if it's from the tears still clinging to my lashes and the absolute fear. Remember Kate's voice, her laugh, frozen body in the snow. I want to scream, but I don't. I know I can't. Eye lingers, then leaves the window. Moves away. Hear a slow scrape of claws against the side as it walks around to the front. I stay perfectly still. Doesn't try to handle again. Doesn't break the glass either. It's toying with me. Maybe it's just deciding what to do. Minutes feel like hours, and then suddenly it's silent outside again. No more steps, no more breath on the window, no more scraping of claws. I wait. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Still nothing, but I don't move. Don't know if it's out there, just waiting for me to let my guard down. Low wind shivers through the trees, dragging with it a sound I wish I hadn't heard. Yep, it's still out there. How long, slow, far away. Cuts through the silence like a knife, echoing through the air. I freeze, every muscle tense, my heart hammering. But then I realize what it means. Not here anymore. It left. Glass around the inside of the truck. Nothing I can take with me to use. Everything is gone, Kate. Swallow hard, trying to keep the soul in my chest from rising again. Can't afford to fall apart right now. There's no backup, no rescue, no time. I have to act now, or I'm dead when it inevitably comes back. Reach down, hands trembling, grab the half-eaten granola bar off the seat. Not much, but something to eat. Don't think I'll find anything else out here. Notice the door open just wide enough to quietly slip out. Snow sliced my face instantly with sharp, wet needles. Everything's grey and quiet, except for the wind. Don't know where I'm going, just know I need to leave. Now. Wind stings my face the moment I step away from the truck. Shove my hands into my jacket pockets and start walking out the road. Head down to block the cold air. The snow's deeper than it looks. Your step is a struggle. The incline doesn't make it any easier. Thighs burn, toes are already going numb. And trees crowd on each side like silent witnesses to everything that's happened. Don't have a plan, just a direction. Up the road, hoping I'll maybe find a cabin, a ranger station, campsite, even just some backwoods church with light on. I didn't think about that truck. I didn't think about staying still and waiting to be killed. Boots crushed the snow, and after a while, I stopped looking around. Nothing to see, only the trees, the snow, and the darkness. The silence gets heavier, and the longer I walk. Makes it hard to think about anything but the cold. Until my mind starts drifting back to werewolf research I did a long time ago. Don't know why it stood out to me. But once I started, I couldn't stop researching. Read everything I could. Folklore, old letters, journals, from hunters, even articles that blurred the line between cryptid and psychopathy. There was one version that stuck with me more than the rest. Luke Garrow.
So, what's the Loup-garou exactly? Just another werewolf?
Not exactly. It's older than that. It wasn't always a monster.
Kate raised an eyebrow.
Oh. Yeah?
The story goes that there was once a creature that lived on the mountain. Guardian, not a monster. People called it the Loup-garou, but it wasn't always feared. Back then, it was revered. It protected the villagers during harsh winters, when the roads were impassable and the cold came down like a judgment. It brought game to their doors, kept predators away, and even warned them of incoming storms. In return, the villagers promised something to it.
What did they promise?
It depends on who you ask. Some say sacrifices, others say offerings, some others say respect. Some say the villagers just had to acknowledge it. Just remember it existed. But eventually, they stopped. You don't need to pay a debt to something you no longer fear or believe in. They turned their backs on it and pretended it was never real.
That's depressing. I can only imagine how it must have felt to be forgotten about.
It gets worse.
Well, it can't be any worse than the situation we found ourselves in now, so...
It wandered too long, losing its name and shape, becoming something between man and beast, memory and myth. Still guarding the woods, even if no one wanted its protection anymore. Or maybe because it just didn't know how to stop.
So it's like... what happens when you forget something sacred?
Exactly. When something gives everything to protect you, and you abandon it, it doesn't just disappear. It remembers.
I blink, back in the present. Snowflakes cling to my wet lashes. The version of the werewolf legend always spoke to me. Silence up here feels like the result of that betrayal. A place abandoned not by accident, but by consequence. Can't stop thinking about that part now. Waiting for so long. Forgot how to be anything else. Got its kindness and its humanity. You can skip past that. Silence feels heavier now. Like something is listening. Something remembers. Wrap my arms around myself and push forward, ignoring the burn in my thighs as I keep climbing the incline. I don't want to think about what happens to a creature that was built to protect when all it has left is hurt. But that's the thing about legends. Old ones don't stay buried. They wait until the snow is deep and the world is quiet. Then they howl. Thank you kindly for that great example, Mr. Werewolf. My heart beats fast and I pick up the pace. Round the bend and spot something up ahead. Shape tucked into the tree line, just off the road. Takes a moment for my brain to process what I'm seeing. Hey, an old shack, if it's not run down or anything. It's a cabin, well, at least what's left of one. It leans forward, crooked like it's barely standing. Roof is sagging under the weight of years and snow. One corner is caved in. Wood is covered with rot, warped and splintering. Nails sticking out where the boards have been ripped away by the storms. Or worse. The porch hangs from the front like an afterthought. Sets are cracked, railings broken, the shadows underneath stretch too far. A moment I hesitate. Looks more like a trap than safety. Like something forgotten. Something that should stay forgotten. But it's shelter. I have nowhere else to go, unless I want that thing to get me. I tread up the stairs, wincing at the groan of old wood beneath my weight. Each board feels like it might give way and break my legs. Reach for the door, stuck almost shut from years of wet winters. Brace my shoulder and shove hard. Ow. Shrieks against the frame, not enough that it startles me, then bursts open like it's exhaling decades stale air. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I thought you'd, put up more resistance than that, but okay, well, inside is worse than outside. Smells like mildew, like something died here a long time ago and no one noticed. Mattress in the corner slumped in the middle, springs poking through the fabric and stained with dark spots that I don't know what caused them. Walls are caved inward, warped by snow and rot. Floorboards creak under every step, some loose, others soft and damp beneath my boots. A desk sits near the wall, covered in dust and rotted paper scraps. Bits of broken glass are around a shattered mug. Its empty bottle half hidden by a fallen chair. Windows are still in place, but snow still finds its way in. It coats the desk, the floor, and the corners of the room. Door groans shut behind me. It was swollen and warped. Won't seal all the way. I hooked the latch. Feels flimsy. Don't know if it will even hold. There's no wood stove like I hoped would be inside. No firewood and no kindling either. Just wet scraps of wood and paper. Dig through the mess near the desk. Maybe there's something I can use. Find a warped drawer. I find a tiny matchbox. Just 3 left. I gather a handful of brittle, dry paper from the same drawer. A few dry sticks from the near door and pile them to make a small fire by the door. I strike the match, it almost dies in the wind leaking through the cracks. Luckily the flame catches. Tiny fire gives off more smoke than heat. I'll hover near it anyway, moving my hands out, feeling some form of safety finally. One crawls up my fingers, stinging numbness out of them. Crawl into the mattress, not because it's comfortable, but because I don't know where else to go. Curl up my side to face the door. Don't think I can sleep. Need to watch the door. Need to make sure nothing comes in. Door trembles slightly, like shaking. I can hear the faint scratch of metal against old wood. Something brushing on it from the outside. Wind stopped again. It's too still and quiet. I hold my breath. Then it comes. Creaking sound of something walking on the floorboards right outside the door. That's so slow and deliberate. I know these steps. Heart hammers so hard that I swear it's loud enough to give me away. Dig my nails into my arms like a knife, no caring if I break skin. Hear more steps on the floor outside, so it comes closer to the door. Hear the tapping of claws on the porch. Wait for something heavy shifting it. There's a pause. Then, shadow blocks out the thin line of moonlight leaking under the door. Something leans in. Sorry, Mr. Big Bad Wolf. Grandma's not in at the moment. Through the uneven gap where the broken wood won't shut all the way, I peers in, claws grabbing the door. I recognize that eye. The same one looking at me in the window of the truck. Pupil is like a black hole. Iris around it glows faintly red. Doesn't blink or move away, just stares at me. Feel a primal sense of terror and want to scream. No growl comes from his throat. See his breath float through the gap. Tendrils of white mist reaching towards me before fading into the dark. The smell hits me next. It smells like a wet dog. There's a metallic hint to it. Probably blood from its last victim, eh? Still fresh on his teeth. Sweet scent of death and blood. Shifts and the wood doors pushed slightly. Ice shakes again. As to the fire. Still small, barely alive, but it's there. I shift slightly, catching the glow from the flames. Light turns its fur dull orange, and I swear the red in its eyes flickers darker. Hates the fire. I disappears from the crack and I hear it move away. Out of breath and grateful it didn't come in. Sun slammed against the door. Oh, it's finding a way in, alright. Whole cabin jolts and I bite back a scream. That strains against the hook, but it doesn't break down the door. It stays on the outside, waiting and listening. It's long enough for my muscles to cramp from holding still. Long enough for me to start wondering if it's waiting for the fire to go out. Fire crackles softly, but I can barely hear it over the pounding of my heart. Don't hear anything. Don't know where it went. I stay still. I don't move. I barely breathe. Something shifts outside. So crunches under a slow, heavy step, circling the cabin. Why isn't it breaking the door down? Is it because of the small fire? My eyes flick to the tiny window, only to see darkness outside. Ears strained, trying to listen for its movement. The ringing in them is drowning everything out. Hear claws scraping against the wooden walls of the cabin. Close my eyes. Is it testing the wood or testing me? Fire flickers slower, popping. It's the only comforting sound. Then the thing outside stops. But I already knew that silence isn't good. It means it's thinking. The whole side of the cabin shakes as it slams against it again. Not full force, just a warning. Like a saying, I could knock this over if I wanted. Pull my knees tighter to my chest. My throat is dry, my eyes are burning. I feel like a rabbit caught in a trap, waiting for the predator to get me. A low growl rolls in through the walls. Hear how close it sounds. My whole body stiffens. It's breathing against the wall, sniffing for my fear. There's a tap at the window, and I jerk my head to look up at it. But I see nothing beyond the glass. Nothing except for darkness and snowflakes slowly drifting down from the sky. Then there's another howl. So loud and sudden it makes me shiver.
Go away.
Hear pacing outside, patient and frustrated. Then disappears again. Stay still for a long time. Eventually it leaves for good. Snow crunching grows more distant. Don't trust it, though. Not at first. The silence drags on long enough that I can feel alone. Let out a slow, trembling breath. It's gone, for now. But we'll be back, I know it. Next time I might not have a fire. Curl into a ball, trying to huddle in my coat to stay warm. Bed mattress beneath me creaks every time I move. Fire crackles low nearby, flickering shadows across the warped walls of the cabin. Check the latch on the door, but it's as good as it's gonna get. Water frame leaves a crooked gap near the bottom where snow is drifting in. I keep staring at it, as if my gaze alone can keep anything from coming in. I lie there, eyes wide open, staring at the window across from me. There's no curtain, just a square of blackness staring into the dark woods. Trying not to look at it, but I keep going back to it. What if it's out there? What if it's watching me through the trees? Or is not afraid of the fire anymore? Thoughts loop like that until my body jerks violently. Not just from cold, but from the exhaustion. Adrenaline that has nowhere left to go. My eyelids are heavy, but every time I close them, I hear something. I sit up quickly and stare at the window, heart pounding in heavy breaths. Yeah, it's back again. It really wants a taste of me, doesn't it? There's another howl, closer this time. I freeze and feel short of breath. Don't want it to know I'm awake. Fire flares from a gust of wind, or flares up from a gust of wind. For a split second, I think I see it in the window. Just the faintest impression of a silhouette. A glint of red eyes and a mouth too wide. Full of sharp teeth. I blink and it's gone. Was it real? I stay like that, trembling, every part of me alert, burning with fear. Then minutes stretch and the fire dies down, low. Sounds are gone. Too scared to sleep. My body doesn't ask for permission. Fear doesn't lead me. I just collapse under it. Jolt awake, breath caught in my throat, like I'd been drowning in a dream. Heart pounds hard, fast, and wrong, trying to warn me before my brain catches up. For a moment, I think it's morning, that I made it, but lights are all wrong. Cabin is coloured with a warm orange red that comes before the day ends, but the world is swallowed by the darkness. Dust hangs motionless in the air, like time forgot to keep moving. This evening, I slept through the day, the whole day. Stomach twists so hard it hurts. Hands scramble for the matchbox and relight the dead fire. Barely alive, but it's the only thing I have right now. Realize I'm starving. Pull a half of a granola bar out of my coat pocket, then shove it in my mouth. Not much, but something. Haven't seen anything edible in the cabin. Fire's little more than a dull red glow. I can't leave now. Wrap my arms around myself, trying to warm up and glance around. That's when I noticed something. Something on a crooked shelf I swear I didn't see before. A book. No, a journal. Other coloured, warped and spotted with age. Take it in my hands, the surface cold and almost damp to the touch. Handwriting sharp, slanted, scrawled like it was written in a rush of fear. Look through the pages, and most are about life in the forest, living off the grid. One entry catches my attention, though.
I can hear it again tonight. The thing in the woods. The old stories call it the Loup-Garou, the guardian that once walked among the first settlers here.
Ooh, I love this voice. I would definitely like them to read me a bedtime story.
The elders told it as a warning, though I think it was never meant to be one. The Loup-Garou was here before the cabins, before the church, before the mines dug in the mountain. They say it kept the balance, drove away the things that crept down from the peaks in winter, the ones that stole into homes and took children from their beds.
Oh great, there's even worse things out there. Just what we need to know.
It asked for little in return. Food left at the edge of the forest, fires lit on certain nights, songs sung in the old tongue so it would know it was still welcome. For years, we lived without fear. Crops grew, winters were kinder, and we were safe. But the people forgot, or maybe they stopped caring. The new pastor said it was the devil's work to leave offerings for a beast. He called it an abomination, a curse we had to purge. Some followed him out of faith, others out of fear. They stopped the offerings, stopped the songs. Some even hunted it.
Of course there's the pastor. It's always the damn fucking pastors and the damn religion.
The Loup-Garou bled for us, and we repaid it with silver and flame. The last time I saw it up close, it wasn't in rage. It was in grief. It stood at the tree line, not crossing into the light of the village, watching us like strangers. I swear I saw its eyes shining from tears, reflecting the fire we lit to drive it away. It turned and vanished into the dark, and the mountain felt different after that. It felt colder and hungrier. The old dangers returned, but worse than before. People vanished on moonless nights. There were tracks too big for a bear that circled the homes. The snow stayed longer each year, and sometimes the Loup-Garou itself came back. Not to protect or to kill, just to watch, as if waiting for something or someone.
Lower the journal into my lap, fingers still gripping the edges. Nose won't stop. Handwriting is old, uneven in places, but it's not the age of the paper that gets me. It's how personal this writing feels. Lou Guru wasn't just some monster in a folktale. Whoever wrote this knew it, saw it, or should bleed for the people who turned on it. I can almost picture it standing out there in the snow, huge and silent, eyes reflecting firelight. Till it sends a chill through me, and suddenly shadows in the cabinet feel heavier. I keep glancing towards the door, expecting to see the eye again. If the story is true, then it's not just a beast. Something older and deeper. And it remembers. The worst part is, I can't decide which is worse. The idea of it wanting revenge, the idea of it just standing out there, watching, menacingly. My throat feels tight. The sky outside is already fading, the last of the light. The clouds turning from a dark purple to black. No morning, no safety, just hours of darkness ahead of me. Not sure if I'm hoping it doesn't come back, but part of me knows it already has. I just haven't seen it yet. Turn the page and see more text. Writing changes though. Still the same hand, but darker and heavier, so I pressed harder into the paper. Words are crooked, sprawling towards the edges, like it was scribbling in a hurry.
If you've found this place, you've already seen it. Don't open the door. Don't speak its name after dark. It listens. It waits for the fire to die. It waits for you to forget it's there.
My chest tightens.
It hates the light. It hates fire. The only thing to keep it back is a flame.
You'd think we already figured this out, or otherwise we would have been dead meat, like Kate.
But once that flame is extinguished, it will come. It remembers the pain of the fires from the past.
Next line is smudged, as if the pen tried writing on wet paper. Lean closer to read it.
Don't pity it. It no longer remembers its former self.
Swallowed hard, my own reflection faint in the dark window. Walls of the room feel closer and smaller now. It's irrational, but I slide the journal under the mattress, like hiding the words will keep them from being true. My kids are playing them anyway. Found this place, you've already seen it. The image of the eye comes back. Crack of the door, the eye catching in the firelight. For a second, my skin prickles because I swear I hear something shift outside. Force myself to breathe slowly. Could be the wind. Just the wind. Let's go still. No movement. Hold my breath, straining to listen. Somewhere outside, snow shifts in a long, slow slide. Something heavy pressing its way into the dress. It's back. My stomach twists. The thud comes from outside the cabin. There's one single, solid impact. Then silence again. Silence that feels more dangerous. Glance at the fire. The flame is barely alive, but it won't last forever, especially if I run out of things to burn. The thought of not having it spreads a chill throughout my body. I need to get out of here. Can't spend another night listening to it circle me like a shark. If stories are true, it's tied to this place, to the people here, then it must be a village somewhere higher up in the mountain. Someone had to have written this journal and survived long enough to leave it behind. I have a better chance of getting help if I find a village. I need to make my way up there before I use my last match. It comes for me. Can't stay here. Need to leave. But it also means keeping it at bay long enough to make it up to the road. You know, it hates fire. Scan the room for anything useful, anything I can burn. One piece of wood lies on the corner, probably part of a chair leg. If I can get some fabric on it, I can use it as a torch. Beside a faint crunch breaks my train of thought. Not pacing, not circling, just one step. Then a slow, deliberate drag of claws on the wood. I can picture it without looking. Claws breaking across the outer wall, just to remind me that it's still there. I shudder at the sound. Going to make that torch, I'm gonna get out. Crunch outside stops. I check my fire again. I see it's almost dead. I have to use my last match to bring it back. After that, I have nothing.
No.
Joe's words hammer in my head, waits for the fire to die. Panic surges through my body. I don't get the luxury of waiting until morning to move. Don't even know how long I have left. Can't use up the last match on this small fire. The only way to keep the fire with me is to carry it. Hands are shaking as I grab the broken chair from the corner and test its weight. I can wrap it in cloth and find something, anything to burn it. I can use it as a torch. Move fast enough I can make it up the road before the last ember in this cabin fades, and the thing decides it's time to come in. Here I walk on the porch, getting impatient. Tear some fabric from the bottom of my skirt. Fingers are clumsy, struggling to use them, but I manage to wrap the strip tightly around the leg chair. Fire by the door is completely out now. No, there's no safety now. It's just darkness. Can't wait.
Move, Sam! Move!
Grab the last match from my box. Pulse pounds in my ears as I strike it. Smell burns my nose. Tiny flame touches the cloth and catches, moving up until the torch is lit. I throws my shadow across the wall. For a second I swear I see another shadow move beyond it. No time to think, no time to plan. Shove the journal in my jacket pocket and pull the latch on the door with my free hand. Sticks for a second, like even the cabin doesn't want me to leave. And it pulls loose and the cold hits me like a slap. Torch flares again against the night, snow glowing orange in its light. Beyond that glow, there's only darkness, but I know something is in that darkness. I take one step into it, then another. Somewhere to my right, just beyond the reach of the torch's light, something matches my pace. I keep walking, I can't stop. Torchlight is the only thing holding it back. It's barely enough. Every flicker makes my chest feel tight. Left, right, nothing. Left, still nothing. But I can feel it near me. Force myself not to run. Running makes prey look vulnerable. Predators love vulnerability. Keep walking, torch shaking in my hand. Every step a silent dare to the thing in dark. Snow crunches under my boots, but sometimes the sound lags behind a beat late, like an echo with a breath. Wind claws at my face, stinging my skin raw, but then I hear a sound. Soft, wet sniffing, something dragging its muzzle through the snow, inhaling me. Kinda creepy. What, getting a smell in before you make me your next meal? I freeze. Torch sputters, smoke stinging in my eyes. The edge of the glow, the tree bends close as if they're leaning in to watch me. Bark is shredded, fresh gouges, sap still dripping. Looks like a tunnel that will feel too small. The sun crap above me, sharp and wet, like a branch snapping under something heavy. Barely have time to flinch before something drops from the trees and hits the snow with a wet thud. Stagger back, nearly lose my grip on the torch. Flame flickers, casting long shadows across the snow. God, that is fucked. Fuck you, werewolf. My god. Can't eat me, you're gonna fucking torment me. Damn. It's a sneaker. Pristine blue, almost jarringly bright in the torchlight, but soaked with dark red splotches of blood across the laces. Toes is caved in, laces a bit stiff, sticky. See the image of a small cartoon turtle on it. Something about the details sends a chill through me. Don't recognize it. Oh, this isn't Kate's shoe? Okay, I thought it might have been Kate, so I was just like, wow, that's fucked. It must have just finished its meal then. It seems like we weren't the only ones lost in the woods here. But I don't need to. Not the first to walk this path, but it might be my last. Yep, thanks for the warning, Mr. Werewolf, but we want to get moving. Yeah, keep moving, never looking back. Flame is shrinking, burning the fabric. Where the thing's gaze is constant now. Patient and hungry, waiting for the exact moment the fire dies. I wonder if it remembers the song the journal mentioned. Or if, like me, all it has left now is the cold and the silence. We lost everyone important to us. How different were we? The road narrows, the snow is deeper here, clinging to my boots, dragging my steps. Legs ache, lungs burn, my breath wheezes, and I see it escaping my lips into the air. Somewhere behind me, the snow shifts under weight. 4 footfalls, then silence. Then again, but closer. Don't turn around. See how close it is? I'll run. If I run. Torch flickers violently. The moment the world around me plunges into shadow. In that instant, here it breathes, slow, deliberate, right behind me. Flame flares back. Space behind where I heard it is empty. Keep going, half stumbling, till the trees start to open. Then I see the clearing. I break in the trees. Snow packed in thin where boots once walked. Beyond it are structures. Small cabins, old and crooked. Villages a scar in the snow. Looks like there's people there. Like something that tried to heal but never did. Cabins slump inward, leaning as if they were whispering secrets to each other. Secrets that no outsider should hear. The world is grey and splintered with age. Dozens of cabins slouch into themselves, roofs sagging under decades of winter, windows black and hollow. No glass remains, just holes. Stripes of animals' hide is still flapping the one door frame. Rusted horseshoe hangs above another, nailed upside down. Snow here is deep in some places, filling what might have once been gardens, pens and paths. Exactly like the place read in my folklore books. Villages where curses were born, where silence had weight, monsters wore familiar faces, and gods were fed out of fear. And yet, there's beauty in it. A solemn reverence, like I stepped into a shrine no one remembered building. The air reeks of old smoke, rot and something metallic under it all. No fresh blood, old blood, long spilled, long dried, memory of it. No tire tracks, no footprints leading in or out. No sign that anything has come or gone for years. Branches lean against the cabin like a makeshift barricade. One has faded chalk symbols scratched across the door. Circles and spirals that I don't understand. Broken sled rests in the snow beside it, half swallowed by time. The only thing alive is the fire. In the center of the village, a bonfire roars. Huge, wild, too bright for this dead place. Flames leap high, scattered sparks into the night, lighting the snow in flickering orange and red. Color makes the snow look wet, like blood. Catch myself holding my breath, afraid of drawing attention to myself. One moment I feel something I haven't since the cabin. Hope. Fire means people. People means safety. So we were taught. But that lesson feels like it belongs to another life. Don't know if I can trust anyone that may live here. Yet, something about the bonfire feels intentional, protective. It stands at the heart of the village like a sentinel, keeping the dark at bay. The low guru heats fire. Must be what it keeps it away. Even now, even in this abandoned place, someone lit it. Some still fears the dark. I scan the village. Camera's still motionless, watching. No movement inside. A flicker of candlelight, just that fire. And the cold stare of empty homes. Every window is black. Every door closed tight. I pass what looks like an old well. Boards nailed haphazardly over the top. Ropes frayed into threads. Dead crow frozen mid-flight on the edge, wings coated in frost. Cute to the edges, circling wide around the fire, checking the nearest cabin. Door creaks when I push it. The sound is too loud, carrying far in the still air. Inside the place is gutted, shelves bare, walls coated in thick mold. Someone once cooked here. Maybe carved me on the table. Maybe told stories by the candlelight. Now it's all rotted. Check another cabin. Door's frozen shut. Tug once, twice, but the wood groans and stays put. Cradle lies overturned in the snow outside. Blanket is half buried in ice. A faded pattern of deer and trees barely visible. I can feel the firelight on my back. Too warm, too bright, like it's reaching for me. Even when I don't face it, the fire makes itself known. I continue on. I keep imagining shapes in the shadows between cabins. Something ducking behind a corner just as I look. But I never see them. Just movements. Just the echo of footsteps that aren't mine. My memories playing out again and again, looping through time. Wind howls through the gaps in the roofs. Long low sound like morning. I pass another cabin. This one is sturdier than the rest. Door's partially ajar. Snow pushed inward like something entering recently. Nudge it open with numb fingers and step inside. The air is stale, frozen in time. Dust covers everything, but not evenly. Some places are smudged, disturbed. Someone's been in here. Not very recently, but not centuries ago either. A long table dominates the room, carved from rough wood, benches on either side of it. Looks like a place where the villagers might have gathered for meals, meetings or traditions passed by firelight. The wall behind it, a tapestry still hangs, the edges frayed and moth-eaten. This image woven into it is faded, but I can make it out. Large figure hunched and cloaked in darkness, standing protectively before a group of smaller human shapes. Not looming over attacking, but guarding. I blink at it, sure if I comprehend what I'm seeing. The shape is unmistakable. It's the Lu Guru. Beside it, there are markings I can't read. Ancient, probably symbolic. But above it, one word is stitched in bold. Angular script. Garad. Guardian. Chest tightens. Was their guardian? On the tapestry, another remnant remains. carvings on wood, small ones, like an offering. Count a dozen little owls on the shelf beneath the window, each resembling the same shape from the tapestry. Long arms, broad shoulders, a furred snout, handmade with care and love. There's even a child's drawing pinned under the rusted nail. Crayon lines barely visible, showing a stick figure beside a towering one with pointy ears and a heart between them. I stared at it for a long time, my throat tightening. They loved it. This wasn't fear. This was devotion, trust. They let it into their homes and let their children draw it with hearts. Then something changed. Juno said that I betrayed it, abandoned it. Don't understand why. And it turned into this thing, full of dark emotions. What does it feel? Grief? Rage? Loneliness? Thought spiral, trying to trace a thread from guardian to killer. How did something so loved become the thing that tore Kate apart? Breath catches. Remember the blood, the claws, the slow circling steps in the dark. Bread snaps outside. Heart slams against my ribs. Of course, they can't let us forget that it's out there still. Back away from the shelf, step into a patch of moonlight leaking through the window. See it outside. A shadow between cabins, standing still, watching me. Chest tightens. I know who it is. Don't see its face, but I feel it stare, hot and cold at once. Stumble back from the window. It doesn't move from where it stands. Burst out the door, breath misting in frantic gasps. Bonfire blazes in the square, loud and uncaring. Glance back. There's nothing anymore, just snow and ash and shadow. I know it's somewhere nearby though. I know it's here and I'm not safe. I need to find help. Rush to the nearest cabin and pound at the door. No answer. Try another, frozen shut. Another with its roof collapsed, empty. Shadow shift behind me. I don't look. I can't. I hear a whisper of movement between the trees. The legs feel like they can barely hold me. Finally, halfway down the main road, I find a door with a faint line of light seeping out from underneath. Not from the bonfire, though. I run up to the door. Knock once. Nothing. Knock again. This time something stirs inside.
Who are you?
Sound nearly knocks the air out of my lungs. Voice is human.
Please, I need help. There's something following me. Killed my friend.
There's hurried whispering on the other side of the door before the voice returns, harder now.
How do we know you're not with it?
Question chills me. With it, what do they think I am? Do they think I'm not human?
Well?
No! Why would I?
Before I can finish my question, the door opens a crack. A grizzled middle-aged man peers through. Decayed beard streaked with grey skin, wind-chapped and withered eyes sharp and untrusting. Voice grinds like gravel.
You made it up the mountain, did you? Not many can do that.
Yes! It's been following me for miles. I didn't have a choice.
Behind him, a woman stands tense, hands hovering near the knife at her belt. Not quite threatening, but not remotely welcoming. Steps aside, clearing the opening for the doorway.
Get in.
I slip in quickly, heat from the small fire warms my skin as the deadbolt locks the door securely. Inside I see the man, knife-bearing woman, boy of maybe 7, an elderly man who's so close to the flame that he's half in shadow. Woman's gaze crawls over me like she's searching for a reason to send me back into the cold. The child stares at me wide-eyed.
Who are you?
I'm Sam. I got stuck on the road outside.
With the monster?
Yeah, with the monster.
Yeah.
Boy hugs his knees tired, but doesn't look away.
I'm Micah.
Oh, hi, Micah.
Hi, Micah.
You look really cold. You can sit by me if you want.
Aw, aren't you a cutie? Thank you, Micah. I shoots him a sharp look, but he keeps talking anyway.
It's not so bad if you stay next to the fire. Grandpa says it's safe in the light.
He leans towards me a little, whispering like it's a secret.
I get scared too.
Aw. God, this boy is precious. We need to protect him at all costs.
If we all stay together, it can't get us, right?
Right. I want to answer, but the woman is staring daggers at me now. Marches right up to me.
Where did you come from?
Voice is full of suspicion.
I was driving here with my friend for a weekend trip. The GPS said this road was a shortcut.
I see them look at it amongst each other, as if to say, what's a GPS? Continue my story.
And then that thing attacked and killed her. It's been hunting me since.
Old man lifts his head to look at me in the eye.
Another person who has seen it.
I nod. Doesn't seem surprised, just exhausted. Obviously they know about it. Must have been living here for a while.
But why are all of you here? Can't you call for help?
Some of us have nowhere else to go. And some of us, well, we remember the old ways. We tried to leave once.
Tried to leave?
I highlights the wrinkles on his face, the bags under his exhausted eyes.
Indeed, we have. It's a long story, if you wish to hear it.
Oh, we got all the time in the world, so tell away. Sure what else to do, I nod.
It was early, before the sun. There were 6 of us. We thought if we stayed quiet and kept to the road, we'd be faster than it. Ellen, my wife, was the first to change. She slowed down and turned her head, like she was listening to someone whisper in her ear. None of us heard it, but her eyes caught the moonlight, flat, glassy, like they weren't hers anymore.
And she got turned into a werewolf. Voice drops lower.
She started humming a song that we hadn't heard since the old days. No one else but I knew it. Her lips moved, but the sound was coming from somewhere behind her. When I grabbed her arm, it was cold. Snow cold. Like she'd been standing outside all night.
Maybe she had
She smiled, and her teeth looked like they'd been broken and regrown wrong. All sharp and jagged.
swallows hard.
She stepped off the road, and it looked like... it looked like she just floated away. No footprints. She was just gone. By the first bend, there were 5 of us left. The snow behind us, it looked like it had been trampled by dozens of feet, but no one had been there. At the ridge, the 5th in our party let out a blood-curdling scream. We turned, and all that was left were his boots, still standing, with bones sticking out. I saw steam rising from his blood in the freezing air.
Kind of a word, but I can't help but picture it as like one of those old Looney Tune cartoons.
That was when we decided to return to the village. It was safer, but only slightly.
Ellen. Did you ever see her again?
Yes, her and others.
What happened to her?
Woman speaks up, voice tight.
They always come back, sometimes hours later, sometimes days, speaking in their old voices, calling us by name, begging to be let inside.
But they're not the same. You can see it in their eyes, hear it in the way they speak.
Woman glances at the locked door.
There was one man in the village before. He couldn't stand it. He heard his wife outside the door. She sounded just like herself, laughed the way she always did, cried for him. He opened the door before anyone could stop him.
He got snatched. Hand grips her knife tightly.
We found what was left of them in the snow. All of them. Except Ellen. She came back later. Still wearing his blood.
And that's morbid as shit. His eyes meet mine, weary and in despair.
We shot her in the head. The only way to stop it. Yeah, that shotgun's empty now. Haven't had shells for it in years.
Mika stares at the floor.
It comes closer the lower the flame gets.
One man leans back toward the fire, but I see it now. Just for a moment, real fear flickering in his eyes.
As long as this fire burns, we have a chance to survive. But it's hungry. And we're almost out of wood.
We've been burning anything we can. Chairs, shelves, doors, but there's not much left.
I mean, there's a few houses around, why not stop burning them? While the other cabins are stripped bare. Not as bright, but its heat feels thinner somehow. If it already knows it will die soon. Wind shifts, darkness beyond the fire. Something howls, long and mournful, echoing off the broken walls of the cabins. Mika buries his face in his knees. Woman mutters a low curse. I feel they're at the point of giving up hope. I edge a little closer to the fire, drop my torch into it. A moment where just shadows huddle together, clinging to light while the dark watches and waits. The man's eyes flick to me now, then measuring me like he's not sure I'm safe. The woman keeps her knife close. Try not to think about their talk of piercing eyes and jagged teeth. How they said the turned villagers sounded almost right, but not quite. Dory lays a heavy weight in my stomach. For a long moment I just sit there in silence, watching the fire crackle and spit, feeling the heat on my face. Almost enough to make me forget I'm alive. Almost. Body gives a sudden traitorous growl, not enough for all four of them to glance at me. Only then I realize how empty my stomach feels. Lips are dry and my tongue looks like sandpaper. I can't remember the last time I drank anything. Being too focused on getting out of the snow, finding somewhere, anywhere, wasn't the truck that wasn't the endless white outside. Clear my throat embarrassed.
Do you have anything to eat or drink?
Man nods without hesitation.
We've been catching what we can, whatever comes close enough. A few rabbits, some birds. Not much, but enough.
Mom looks over to a battered tin pot by the fire and pulls something out. She has it by the legs and realizes it's a rabbit. Dead, skins, meat pale in the light. Rips limbs off the joint and places the raw meat on a small grill that stands above the fire. Wipes her hand off with a dirty rag, then hands me a mug of cloudy water. Tastes faintly of metal and dirt. It smells of snow, but I don't care. Drain it so fast the rims scrape against my teeth. The time the woman sets the plate in front of me, my hands are already trembling. Devour it without thinking, shoving chunks of meat into my mouth, barely chewing. Doesn't taste remotely good and doesn't do much to quell the hunger in my stomach, but I had no room to complain. After I finish it, I look around. Only then do I notice the cabin's other details. Walls are lined with mismatched boards, some rotting at the edges or nailed at odd angles. Dark stain spreads across one corner of the floor. Someone had covered it with a threadbare rug that didn't quite reach. Animal skulls hang from nails above the door. Hollow sockets angled toward me. I want to ask questions, but I'm sitting against the cabin's wall. Eyelids grow heavy, barely keep them open. Exhaustion is catching up to me. Mika shuffles closer and, without a word, drapes a thin blanket over my shoulders. My head dips forward on its own. Last thing I see are the animal skulls staring down at me. What a morbid thing to see, but at least we're safe for now. I open my eyes and it's morning again. The cabin's empty and quiet, except for the woman and Mika still present. Woman's coaxing the weak flame from their fire back to me. She's humming a quiet song. Listen for a little bit. Never heard it before. Uh-oh. That's how it starts. Mika's next to her. Then notices I'm awake. Walks over to me.
Did you sleep okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Didn't, but I don't want to tell him that. Look around the cabin, then at the woman. The men are gone.
Where are the other two?
They're out hunting for food. We're running low.
And now that they got an extra mouth to feed.
If they're outside? Does that mean it's safe during the day?
Gives a bit of laugh and shakes her head.
No, it's still out there. But it keeps to the shadows during the day. It's easier to spot.
Whatever feeling of hope I had suddenly disappeared. Still had no idea of how to get help and leave the mountain. One stands up and walks over to me, weighing a small plate of meat and more water in the mug. Greedily accept and devour it. Not quite as aggressively as yesterday.
While the men hunt, we need to check the other cabins for something to burn. Wood, furniture, whatever we can use.
Stand my feet shakingly. I can tell from the tone in the voice that she means we need to go right now. Part of me wants to protest, body's still exhausted, but hurting. I can't take their help for granted. They could have let me freeze and die, or get attacked and killed by the guru, but let me into their home, gave me food and drink. I know better than to spit in the hand of someone who helps me.
Okay, I'm ready.
Woman wraps a shawl around her shoulder, covering her neck and chest. See a knife hanging at her sides as always, a torch in her hand. Step outside into the icy, sharp wind. Despite it being daytime, outside the village gives me chills. Snow outside is blindingly bright, but the dark edges of the trees suddenly shifts, lingers there, just part of the shadows watching. Doesn't acknowledge the movements in the tree line. Maybe she's used to it. Doesn't want to give it the satisfaction of knowing she has seen it. Move quickly, snow crunching under our boots, both coming now in pale clouds. Try to shake off the cold and focus. Know there is things in the village earlier. Furniture, shelves, and wood. Some of it looked usable. We just had to find it. First cabin we reached is one I remember from before. There was a broken bench in the front room, dry, looking from the distance. You might recall a shelf that didn't look too warped. Maybe we can pull something out decent from here. One braces her boot against the frame and yanks the swollen door open without a crack. Beside the illusion shadows. Benches covered in black, furry, fuzzy mold I hadn't noticed before. Covers when the woman brushes it off with a knife. Shelf groans and slumps as soon as it's touched. So fragile it keys inward. Swallow my disappointment and keep moving. Second cabin had looked promising from the outside last night too. Spotted what I thought were bundled twigs beside the door. Firewood maybe. Up close they're frozen into one solid icy mass. Useless. Beside it's worse. Roof's half missing, snow piled so high inside I almost slip. The chair beneath it, frozen solid, but as soon as the woman tested it, folds in half like a soaked cracker. Her cabin was the one I had high hopes for. It had a wardrobe that looked intact, tucked against the wall away from the window. So we pry the door open, heart beats faster, replanning how we'll break the shelves down. But when we get there, the inside is warped from the cold. Wood is cracked through the hair like fractures and soaked underneath. The only thing salvageable is a single thin shelf, barely thicker than a ruler. One doesn't say anything. Just tucks it under her arm and we keep going. At the fourth cabin, I try to lower my expectations. Maybe we'll find something smaller, a drawer maybe. Something brittle and dry. I used to pull a few planks from a collapsed bed frame, and I carry them like they weigh more than they do. I know it's not enough. The cabin yields nothing. Mold-covered walls, dirt floor walked with frost, hole in the ceiling big enough to let in something worse than the cold. One shrieks through as if we enter, leaves us shivering harder as we back out. Then comes the sixth cabin. Doesn't look like much, all sunken into snow, warped and leaning. I remember seeing it earlier, thinking there might be something inside. I even told the woman about it before we got here. Door sticks, and the woman opens it. Inside is pitch black, so we raise our torches. The find makes my stomach twist. No dresser, no furniture at all. Just the remains of something burned long ago. Charred bones in a blackened fire pit. Symbols scrawled on the floor around them. Marks are rolled and smeared, not by something by time or something worse. Tattered clothes lie strewn about, flesh-coloured, and disturbingly thin. Something hangs on the rafters, swinging gently from the wind we brought in. It's a crude effigy, too human in shape, made of hair and bones and string. One of the arms has been torn off. Some still bleeds sap. One steps in, scans it once, then turns and walks out without a word. My floor is shaken. I don't want to think about who or what was burnt here. What there is is now gone. All I feel is the weight of the cold and dread crawling under my skin. My shoulders ache from the load, even if it's small. The woman keeps glancing towards the trees. I do too. Shadows feel like they're inching closer. The time we're heading back, the bundle in her arms is pitiful, barely enough to feed the fire for a single night. All that work and all that cold for almost nothing. Torch burns low. Behind us, snow muffles under soft, deliberate footsteps like they are not ours. One picks up the pace and speaks to me, staring ahead of us at the safe haven.
Don't look at it.
Voice is low but urgent. With a temptation to turn around and confirm what I already know is behind us, but I keep my eyes locked on her back. Shoulders are stiff, steps moving quickly. Snow crunches under our boots, slow and uneven. And each time I hear our steps, I hear another set. Heavy and deliberate. Pause when we pause. They go when we go. Cabin's faint light wavers ahead, distant from the heavy snow. The only thing between us and danger. Becoming hard for me to breathe. Can't tell if the air is thinner or if it's just me panicking. Reach the front of the cabin, door is flung open by the man. Just as for us to hurry inside, we dash the rest of the way. Slam the door shut and locks it with a deadbolt. Hear the footsteps following us up to the door. And a terrible howl of anger, realizing we're safe inside away from it. I stay frozen for what feels like forever, listening to the crunch of its footsteps fade into the trees. Once it's gone, I take a deep breath. Knees feel weak. I lower myself to the floor, back pressed against the wall. Woman sets a small pitiful bundle of wood down their door.
We need to put it on the bonfire, but...
He doesn't finish. She doesn't need to. None of us are going back to out there while it's so close, waiting and watching.
We'll do it in the morning.
If the fire lasts that long.
Look Looks out the window and so do I. Bonfire has gotten smaller. Looks like it might last until sunrise. Maybe. On the newcomer. They've been here longer. They should know better than me. I don't see anything. Old man is sitting by a small fire, plucking the feathers off two small grey birds. Look pitiful, more boring than me, but it's better than nothing. Throws them onto the grill to cook and I watch. When they're done, portions are divided among us. We take mine and eat it, savouring the taste, despite the ashy flavour. Teeth scrape on the bone, trying not to think about the fact that this might be the last thing I eat. Don't know what my next plan of action is, or theirs for that matter.
I need to know. Is this it? We just stay here? Until we freeze or until it finally decides to break the door down?
No one answers, only the faint crackle of the fire, each pop making the silence heavier. Lean forward, refusing to let it drop. It isn't some weekend vacation anymore. It's life or death.
The loup-garou. Why is it following us?
Old man lifts his head. Eyes are hard, but there's something else underneath. Something he doesn't want to admit.
Don't need to know.
Yes, I do. I'm part of this now. I deserve to know why it wants us dead.
He exhales slow, like the weight of years is pressing on his chest.
It isn't anger. It's hunger. And it knows when someone's alone. It smells it. It feels it. It's been here longer than any of us, and it's never gone hungry. It's just a beast.
Words don't sit right with me. If it's only hunger, why stalk us instead of deer? Why circle the cabin instead of moving on? And it's tying on my coat pocket, where the journal rests. Pull it free.
I found this. In another cabin. Whoever wrote it knew the loup-garou before it changed.
Man and woman exchange a look. The old man's eyes flick to the book, like it's a ghost crawling out of the past.
It wasn't always like this. It protected people once. Until it was betrayed. Forgotten. Burned. It's hurting. That's why it hunts us. Not just hunger. It's grief.
Shock flashes across their faces. One clutches Mika tighter, walking him like he's shielding him from my words.
Don't you dare dress it up like some wounded dog. That thing tore my family apart. It laughed while he screamed.
Mika stays pressed against the woman's side, eyes wide. Doesn't say a word, just watches, like he knows better than to interrupt.
You've seen it circle us, haven't you? Waiting. Watching. I was under the truck. It could have pulled me out in seconds, but it didn't. It could have smashed through the glass, but it didn't. It's holding back.
Wrist shakes, but I can't stop now.
It wants to go back to what it was. I think that's why it lingers around the fire, around us. Doesn't know how.
Old man looks at me sharply, with a heartbeat expression falters. Lips tremble like he wants to agree, like he remembers something he once believed. But he doesn't say anything, he's thinking.
Stop.
Leans forward, voice low and rough.
I saw it when it still stood at the tree line, when it turned its back on us. I saw its eyes in the firelight, and maybe they were weeping. But tears don't bring the dead back.
There's pain in his words, pain of losing those he once loved.
You hear yourself? It's madness.
He snatches the journal from my hand and throws it into the fire. Pages burn instantly, blackening in the flames.
What the hell are you doing?
We don't need your false hope. We survive by fearing it, not pitying it.
Yeah, see how it's gotten you? It's only brought more death than anything, so... When the man finally speaks, his voice sharp as steel.
Enough. It wants us dead. That's all there is. If you think otherwise, you're welcome to go out there and test your theory.
Okay, sure. Locks eyes with me, daring me. Stomach knots. Anger collapses into a hollow ache of defeat. Sinking to the farthest corner of the cabin, clutching a blanket around me like a protective shield. Fire crackles, swallowing the last scraps of the journal. Can't help but remember, though, that one sentence I read so long ago in the library.
Protector turned predator. Or maybe just forgotten.
I can't shake that feeling the old man knows as well. Eyelids grow heavy despite my frustration. Eventually the weight of exhaustion wins, and I slip under, carried down into the uneasy dreams. I hear knocking. That's not good. Faint at first, then sharper, echoing through the wood of the cabin door. I snap open. Everyone else lies still, breathing slow. None of them hear it. The sound is for me alone. Oh no. It's gonna be pretending to be Kate.
Sam?
Fucking called it. Don't open the door, Sammy. Kate's voice. Chest tightens. Sits up slowly. Skin prickling with heat and cold at once. Barely able to say her name.
Kate?
Sam, please let me in. It's freezing out here.
Sounds like her voice, but something doesn't sound right about it. Stand up, legs weak, and approach the door.
How are you here? How did you...
Sam, please. Open the door.
Knife feels ice cold under my fingers. I hesitate. Voices are so familiar, yet the longer I listen, the more it seems practice. There's something wearing her voice as a mask. My hope is stronger than my fear. I unlatch the door. God damn it, Sammy! You come all this fucking way only to fall to this stupid fucking trap. And they mentioned it earlier. God. Claudia slams aside, stinging my face. Kate stands there in the snow. First she looks almost like herself, but same height, same stance, but wrong in every detail. Skin is the color of frozen meat, lips cracked and purple. Hair clings to her cheeks in stiff, icy strands. Eyes are glazed over, unblinking, reflecting only firelight.
Kate... Is it really you?
No, it's not. I can barely breathe. Head tilts slowly, jerking at the end like something mechanical.
Is it really you?
Oh god, it's repeating back to me. Repeats my words back to me, voice warped, doubled. Sound sends a chill through my entire body.
Kate, talk to me. Tell me it's you.
She stares a long time, silent. Her lips stretch outward. Her smile is too wide, corners splitting. Sam! This time it's not her voice. It's deeper, wet, guttural growl laid beneath her tone. Teeth glint in the light, sharp, broken shards sticking out from blackened gums.
No, you're not.
Hand jerks upward, fingers stiff, nails long and dark like claws. Takes a step forward, then another. Snow doesn't crunch beneath her feet. Screams, sharp cracks like ice splitting under weight. She repeats my name, voice splitting into multiple layers. Honestly, whoever did the voice of this creature did a fucking phenomenal job on it. She lunges, mouth opening impossibly wide, jagged teeth flashing her voice like a cacophony of echoes. Wake with a jolt, lungs burning, my cry still caught in my throat. Oh, thank Christ, it was just a dream. Thankfully, our real life of Sam is not that stupid. Cabin is drowned in a shadow, still nighttime. When the fire's last embers light up in the dark, sweat clings to me, cold against my skin. Chest heaves, no air, just panic. Takes me a full second to realize I'm breathing. Heart is pounding, like it's trying to punch through my ribs. Fingers dig into the floor beneath me, searching for something solid, something real. The room swims in shadows. For a moment, I don't know where I am. Remember the dream. Kate, knock, face. Choke down a sob. My throat feels raw, like I've been screaming into the void. Press a hand to my face. I can't control the trembling. Word groans from the wind outside. I flinch like it is coming back. Like she is coming back. Then a faint, hollow knocking. 3 sharp raps, just like in a dream. Head whips up towards the door, heart hammering. Sound doesn't come again, but the echo in my ears refuses to leave. The room isn't still anymore. The adults are awake, panicking. Woman stands rigid at the window, hand white-knuckled on the frame. The man paces in tight circles by the fire, breath fast and ragged. Woman spins towards me when she hears me move. Face is twisted with fear, wet with tears that glisten in the faint light.
What did you do? What did you do to my son?
What? Wes cracks as she screams at me, raw and frantic. Feels like a slap to the face. What the fuck is happening? I was sleeping. Maybe not soundly, but...
What? I didn't. I was asleep. I swear.
Liar.
Lunges towards me like she wants to tear me apart. The old man throws himself between us, grabbing her by the shoulders before she can reach me.
Enough. She didn't do this.
Holds her firmly, his voice trembling with more emotion than I've heard from him so far.
Look at her. She was dreaming. The same as the rest of us.
Oh, it was a shared dream, but... I'm guessing they all dreamed of... somebody they cared for?
And Micah's not here. And we need to find him. Now.
His urgency silences her. She finally falters. Blood turns to ice. Mika isn't here. A younger man who's been pacing by the window freezes.
He's outside.
We all whip our heads towards the window. The glass Mika is visible, a tiny shape beside the dying bonfire. Flame flickers low, hungry, clinging to the last bits of kindling. He's feeding it. Little hands are tossing twigs into the glow. Must have gone out to keep it lit, to keep us safe. Oh, good old Mika. Body feels light from the panic as I see him outside of our safe area. It's in danger. We have to do something. Choke sound escapes the woman's throat. She rushes to the glass and palms pressed flat against it.
My baby.
She and the man rush to the door in panic. But before they can throw it open, we see it. Something shifts in dark beyond the firelight. The Lugaroo moves like smoke, just beyond the edge of the flames' reach. Mika doesn't see it, doesn't feel the presence behind him. Creature glides in slow arcs, sometimes upright, sometimes crawling. Its shape is wrong, no matter how it stands. I feel sick just watching it. Brain can't decide on my next course of action. I stand frozen, staring outside. Doesn't lunge, doesn't roar. It waits. I can't tell if it's hunting him or protecting him. Woman lets out a strangled soul and pounds her fist on the window pane.
It's toying with him. He's going to die out there.
The younger man grows a mug off the floor, white-knuckled.
We have to chase it off. Now!
It's only going to make things worse. Right now is the calm before the storm.
Wait. What if it's not going to hurt him?
Woman whips her head around to glare at me.
Are you insane? Look at it.
I look. What I see doesn't make sense. Lugaroo isn't watching Mika anymore. He's watching the woods, like it's waiting for something else. Or wanting something to stay back. Look at the old man. He hasn't moved. His eyes are wide now, alert and studying the figure outside. He sees it too.
It's not attacking.
Words are quiet, fragile, like something half remembered from another life. Runs towards the others.
She might be right. We move slow. Stay calm. It hasn't struck yet.
No! We've seen what it does!
Cuts the old man off, his voice racing with panic.
If we wait, we lose him.
If we rush, we guarantee we lose him.
Step forward, pleading with every ounce of strength I have. I'm desperate. Can't let that child die. He's too young. Doesn't deserve pain and terror.
Just this once, listen. Let me try.
Brain moves quickly and I spit out a plan to try and calm the situation down. I only pray they'll listen to me.
We can walk out slow and get him back. We have a chance.
One clutches a pot like a weapon, face twisted with grief.
He's my son. I won't gamble his life on your guesswork.
Old man opens his mouth again, eyes darting between us. But this time nothing comes out. Lowers his gaze and steps back. Silence leads like a blade in my chest. There's nothing he says will change their minds. But I can't just give up.
Please.
They're already moving. The man throws open the door, mug raised. Woman follows, gripping the pot like a club. Lunges forward, grabbing the man's arm. All can think about is that innocent child and danger he's in.
Stop! You provoke it!
Jerks away from me violently, nearly breaking my fingers. Shoves me down to the floor with a snarl. Hit the floor hard, pain flowing up by my side. Scramble to speak to the woman. She loves her son. She has to listen.
If you love your son...
Don't you dare.
Spits the words like poison.
You don't know what it's like. You don't know anything.
Pushes past me and disappears through the door. Old man stands frozen at the threshold, still silent, still watching. Doesn't follow. Doesn't stop them. I know then, so painfully, so certain that it's already too late. Door stands open, snow floating through the threshold. One and the younger man vanish into the night, shadows swallowed into the darkness. Fire outside crackles, barely holding on. Mika still huddled beside us, turns his head slightly towards the cabin. Can't see us through the flames, but he smiles.
I got the fire going.
That you did, Mika. That you did. Small voice is barely audible through the glass, but it hits me like a scream. Try to rise again, but the pain keeps me down. Alma still stands at the door, unmoving. And slowly steps out onto the porch, his eyes lock on Mika. Lips part again as to call out, to warn them, to do anything. But no sound comes out. Just like that, he lowers his head, follows the others into the night. Lugaroo stands just beyond the fire, watching them now. Doesn't move, merely watches, curious to see what they would do next.
Go away, you beast!
Younger man holds his mug, striking the Lugaroo square in the face. Doesn't flinch. Mika turns at the noise, eyes lighting up with relief as he spots his mother running towards him. The light dims the moment he sees what's behind her. Freezes in terror.
Get away from him. I'll kill you if you touch him.
Throws her apart and hits the creature again, harder this time. Well, now you've really pissed him off. Good job. Maybe you should have fucking listened to me. Lugaroo snarls, low and guttural. Sound that rolls through the night like thunder buried in the earth. Drops to all fours, limbs bending at impossible angles, spine arching like a snapped branch. Then rises again. It's tall and looks human, but wrong.
You see?
Turns wide-eyed, pointing at me like I summoned this.
It's a wild animal. A monster.
Yeah, I mean, you would be angry too if people were throwing pots and pans at you too. Man is already scooping up stones, flinging them with growing rage. One hits the Lugaroo in the jaw. Second bounces off his shoulders. Third draws a low growl that makes my blood freeze. Wasn't angry before, but is now. One joins the man, shrieking as she hurls whatever she can grab.
Get away from my son! You bastard! Get away from him!
We'll scare it off. Keep throwing.
Lugaroo head tilts slowly, deliberately. Looks like it's considering its next move. Single breathless heartbeat, the world stands still. Hope it doesn't attack. Then it moves. Lunges faster than it looks, and doesn't have time to move before he screams. Yeah. Primal witch shriek is torn apart. Blood sprays across the snow, steaming in the cold. Body collapses in mangled pieces, unrecognizable as though something simply unmade him. Gag can cover my mouth, but definitely that doesn't stop the bile rising up. Can't look away even though I want to.
No, 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 God, please!
I mean, you kinda brought this on yourselves, so fuck the both of yous. Doesn't flee like I thought she would. Fingers are raw and shaking, and she grabs fistful of stones, hurling them, cursing and screaming and sobbing.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you for what you've done!
Then hear the child.
Mama!
Hear Micah's voice. Voice is so small, so scared. Runs towards her, arms are open, wanting to be held. Mother, is he safe, please? Tiny body feels like it's going to scream and explode at the same time. Don't think before I react.
No!
Voice rips out of me, feeling like it's going to break my vocal cords. Using everything I have in me, it's not enough to stop what comes next. Lugaroo turns to her. Mother throws a jagged rock that cuts in his nose. Strikes her a flurry of claws as Mika grabs onto his mother. Hear a shriek that no child should ever make. Mika drops to the snow in a red heap of red.
No! No!
Can't stop myself from vomit all over the frozen ground. Pieces of meat, dirty water, and bile coat my mouth, making me vomit more. I don't feel like I'll be able to stop, and my stomach is screaming in pain along with my voice. Feeling lightheaded from the tears and purging. Mother doesn't understand what happened at first. She's still attacking the Lugaroo, still screaming at it. Then she sees Micah. Falls to her knees, gathering his tiny torn body in her arms like she can put him back together by sheer will. Screams are inhuman. Sound of a mother realizing a child is gone isn't something you simply hear. Something that you feel, something that breaks you. It's one of the worst sounds in the world. Lugaroo doesn't wait. Sends on her in a blow movement, tear claws, fury. Doesn't try to fight back. She holds Mika close, sobbing and rocking even as her own body is torn to pieces. Then there is silence. Snow falls softly through the open door. I stay on the floor, shaking, unable to move, unable to scream, because there's nothing left to scream for. Body trembles as I press myself against the cabin wall, desperate to escape this moment, yet feeling frozen, useless, and broken. Snow outside is painted a dark crimson. The Lugaroo lifts its head, utters liquid blood, breath fogging in thick, angry, steaming puffs. Eyes glow in the darkness, fixed right on me. Doesn't chase, doesn't leave. Just stares with an expression I can't read. I stare back, till I slam the door and collapse, sliding down the wall until the floor catches me. Hands cover my face, as if that could block it out, but the image is burned into me now. Mika, that poor small child who never had a chance to live real life. Never get to grow up now. Last moments of his life were pure terror and agonizing pain. All because he had stupid fucking parents. Can't forget his screams. And a woman being torn apart right in front of him. He just wanted to protect him. And in one of the worst ways possible. Woman died seeing her child being killed, trying to comfort him when it wouldn't make a difference. He was already gone. I sobbed into my hands, combination of tears and screaming.
I killed them! It didn't have to be this way. Why did they?
Old man says nothing at first, still at the window, hands gripping the frame. Knuckles pale and tight, his jaw trembles. Look on his face says there's nothing left in his soul now. Everything is gone. Speaks as he stares out the window at the carnage, remains of his family.
When you've buried enough friends, watched enough faces disappear in the snow, you stop believing that anything means you mercy.
Rub my eyes, my vision blurred in a haze of tears, trying to make sense of everything.
But it spared you. It let you live here. It let you gather food, light fires, breathe. It only attacked when
we attacked it first.
Yeah. Voice cracks on the last word. Hand trembles against the glass.
You were right, and I was wrong.
Yeah, and now 3 people are dead, and a whole lot more before I even arrived. Head jerks towards him, heart pounding.
What?
That journal you brought?
I guess it was yours. Yeah, I had an inkling. Because I'm assuming time doesn't work the same as it same out there, for whatever fucking reason. Timey-wimey stuff, okay?
I mocked it. I told myself it was ramblings, madness, easier that way. But I thought about it. After what I saw tonight, I understand now. The Lugaroo didn't start this war. We did.
That's how most of us, well, a few humans, decide to do, because they don't know how to control their anger and choose to use violence. Because they're scared little people whose words mean a lot more to other people and are a lot louder than the rest of them, and yeah, instead of trying to learn about these different things, they instead choose to fear it, and when they fear, they lash out. Yeah.
We hit it, drove it away, threw stones, and fire, and curses. And every time it came back angrier and lonelier.
Gaze fixes on the bodies outside.
It was ours once. Part of us. Guardian of the village. The old stories weren't lies. They were warnings. And we spat on them. It protected us. Watched our borders, kept the cold and the wolves and the worst things away.
Voice falters, raw edge bleeding into every word.
Then came the hard winters, the hunger, the fear. We needed someone to blame. And we blamed it. We cursed the very thing that saved us. And we kept cursing until it changed.
Points a shaky hand across his face, as if trying to wipe the memories away.
Not because of hunger, not because of instinct, because we made it into what it is now. Because we took its trust and butchered it.
Heavy sadness drags down my body.
Then it's not just a monster. It's hurting. And it's making us feel that pain over and over again.
Old man closes his eyes, face twisting like something deep inside just cracked. Thinking about what he told me. Remember the story about the villagers becoming something inhumane, or inhuman, when they wandered too far from the village.
But why did people turn?
There's a silence. Then, with voice caught from grief, he speaks.
I told you about Ellen, my wife. I said the Lugaroo cursed her, that it made her into one of those things. That lie kept me warm for years. It made her death bearable. But now, I know the truth. It wasn't claws. It wasn't teeth. She gave up. It was just despair. She gave up out there. The cold broke her body, but hopelessness broke her soul. And that despair, it belongs to the Lugaroo. It always was. The despair passes from it into anyone who stops fighting. That's the curse. Not a bite, not a wound. It's just giving up.
Press my hand to my face, tears spilling through my fingers.
So they did this to themselves. Every death, every scream, they caused this.
Things have been different then. The images swirl inside me. Mika's outstretched arms, mother's final cry, man's body shredded like cloth. I sob until my ribs hurt. Still, doesn't feel like enough. Old man doesn't move, just stares at the window like it's the edge of the world. Then he speaks, quiet and unbroken, or quiet and broken.
My wife, my daughter, my grandson, all of them are gone now. All I have left is this dead village and the guilt, and neither are worth surviving for.
If you're gonna kill yourself, can you do it away from me, please? I've already seen enough death today. Turns to me, see a man that's given up on living.
Sam, I'm the last one left who wants to be traded. And maybe I was spared, so I could end it.
Dread spreads throughout my body.
No. Don't say that. Please don't.
Kneels gently, taking my hand in his.
You tried to stop this. You saw the truth, and you still do. If any of us had seen what you saw, maybe Micah would still be here. Maybe my grandson would have grown up. But we didn't. We wouldn't. And for that, my blood is the only apology I have left to give.
That won't fix it. This...
Violence caused this. Violence isn't the answer. Oh, I don't know, that is a bug, I think?
That won't...
Yeah, the voice line is supposed to be for this one.
Maybe not. But maybe, for once, someone can choose to give something instead of having it torn away. Maybe a final act of understanding will be enough.
Presses my hand between his.
If he kills me and spares you, that's enough.
Please, I'm begging you. Don't go.
Plead with him, desperate, but a part of me knows it won't make a difference.
You'll survive. You have to. Because you're the only one who still believes he can be more than what we made him.
Stands, shoulders straight, heart heavy with resolve.
Don't ever let it be forgotten that he was good once.
Walks to the door.
Let my blood carry the apology if our words never did.
Firelight stretches across the floor as he opens the door, a silhouette framed in the light. Raises his voice to Lugaroo.
I was wrong. We were all wrong. You protected us, and we had forsaken you. Take me. Let my blood be enough. Let this end.
The silence swells, unnatural. For a moment I believe the Lu Guru understands and is willing to forgive. It doesn't. Because why would it? I don't ever think it was put through by humankind. I frankly don't blame it. Scream is brief. Tearing is not. Blood spurs the fire, hissing as it hits the flame. Again, could you have done it away from me, please? Like, come on, I've seen enough death today. Slide down the wall, convulsing with sobs that don't even sound human anymore. Felt like my body doesn't belong to me anymore. One man truly believed his blood would be enough to end the pain. But it isn't enough. So it will never be enough, because shit like this isn't. As long as humankind lives on, there will always be suffering and violence and just horrible, nasty things. Lu Guru turns his head towards me, rage glimmering in his eyes. Looks feral, ready to kill me out of instinct.
No. Please.
But doesn't hesitate. Moves towards me. I run. Forest doesn't welcome me, swallows me whole. Snow collapses under my feet, lungs screaming, every breath like knives stabbing from the inside out. Branches claw at my face, drawing blood. Don't want me to let go yet. Behind me, it charges with force. Nothing thinking anymore. It's just moving. Guttural howl rips through the trees. Sounds less like rage now, more like grief. Don't look back though. Root catches my foot and hits my chest as I fall to the ground, punching the air out of my lungs. Pain rushes through my body, and I can taste blood in my mouth. Hardly get up, fingers bloodied, palms shredded but with force. Clothes are torn and bloody, cold killing nerves wherever it can. Keep going and stumbling blindly through a world gone white and red and black. Then the trees break, see a clearing with a ruin. And then a church, or what used to be one. Roof caved in, steeple broken like a snapped neck. Shattered glass crunches beneath my boots. Struggle it open with heavy door, and get inside and struggle again to close it. Air is thick and dust and rot. But under it, something sweet. Faint trace of lavender and cedar. Incense must have been placed here as a comfort. Even after everything, some part of the church still tries to be welcoming. Wipe blood from my mouth as I limp forward and look around. Pews lay broken and twisted, bones of beginning prayers. One still holds a carved wooden toy, small and weather-worn. A wolf with flowers etched into its side. Another has a shawl draped over it. Hand-stitched, the edges are free, but it was folded neatly once. Half-melted candles stand like ghosts on the altar. Wax trails like frozen tears. Books bear names scratched into them. Initials, prayers, dates. Merci, Guardian, Amy. And in front of it are effigies made of wood, fur and bones. Carefully made shapes, not made in mockery, but in devotion. They're handmade and made with care. Each one is different, as though made by different hands. Whole village were. They all look like the Lu Guru. Some with flowers woven into the twine, others burned at the edges like they were rescued from flames. Each figure is pointed towards the altar, toward a scorched patch on the floor, blackened and sacred. Offerings of all coins, withered herbs, even a child's scarf, surrounded in a darkened spot like relics of hope. It was worshipped here. No, not worshipped like a god. It was loved like a friend, protector, comfort. Maybe that's why the betrayal broke it completely. Pressed my back against the wall. Can't stop shaking or tears from falling down my face. Breath sounds too loud. Too guilty. And the door groans as it slowly opens. Heavy creak that drags like a blade through the silence. Hinges shriek like they're warning me. Knows I'm here. Of course it does. This was its sanctuary. Now trespassing on what remains of its memories. Growl slithers through the church, vibrating in my ribs. Not a sound meant to be heard, a sound meant to be felt. Cold behind the pews, splinters in my palms, my breath locked in my throat. Pews offer no real protection, just the illusion of one. I have no other choice. Squeezed between what used to be sacred, my blood leaves stains on the wood. Hear heavy steps, uneven and wrong, like something trying to remember how to be human and failing. Peek around the corner. Vision swims with fear. Maybe between the effigies. Not smashing them, not ignoring them. Touches one overtly with a claw. Lingers on a small one, carved with cherry wood. Wants to move from handling. Something in the way its eyes look at everything. It's grief, familiar grief. Its memories are painful, not comforting. It stops, breathing heavily like it's crying, mourning. Then it turns towards me. You was here the whole time. Body locks, my heart forgets what to do. Staircase me locked in place. Try to rise, but my legs aren't mine anymore. Speak without thinking.
You don't have to keep doing this.
Rumble stirs in the creature's chest. Sound like thunder moving in.
I know what they did.
Struggle to stand up, but manage. Take a step forward. Boot crunches glass. Blue Guru flinches, his body jolting.
The old man, he gave everything because he remembered.
Don't know if my words will do anything, but I say them. Blue Guru lets out a snarl, sharp and wet like something tearing.
You protected them once. You were the guardian.
See it recoil like the world itself wounded it. Its back arches, bones cracking under the shift of muscle.
They made these for you. They loved you.
Don't know which word sets it off. Loved, maybe? The growl that follows shakes the ruined pews. Throws its head back, then it jerks violently, its body spasming. Flicker of red in its eyes bores into my skull, and I feel the hatred emanating from them. But I keep going. I have to.
You were never the monster. They made you into one.
Growl becomes a roar. Not loud, but strangled, like grief choking on its own rage. Claws on the floor, gouging through wood and ash, pacing in short, frantic circles, like it can't stand to hear me speak.
They betrayed you. You still stayed. You still watched over them.
Roar erupts from it, deafening, primal, full of rage and grief and betrayal. It lunges. I don't scream. I can't even breathe. Claws tear through me and agony floods in. White hot and instant, stilling the world from beneath me. I weightless for a moment, then I hit the stone floor with a sickening thud. Every bone feels like it's breaking. Vision shatters. Cold rushes in around the pain, but the pain has taken over my body. Hot blood pools beneath me, faster than it should. I feel it soaking through my coat, warming the stone like a cruel mercy. Arms twitch, trying to move, but I don't have the fight in me anymore. I just want to reach it. Lugerug stands over me, chest heaving. Steam rises from its body, chest rises and falls in broken erratic breaths. Drool drips from its teeth, blood, my blood, stains its claws. Look up into its eyes and I see the storm behind them. The pain. Anger, sorrow, shame, confusion. Don't know which one it feels. Maybe it doesn't either. Force my lips to move, every syllable in agony.
You didn't want to.
Beast twitches, claws pull back. Force my body up so I can lean against the wall while I talk.
Please. Just listen.
It stays, breathing regularly but listening.
You don't even remember who you are anymore, do you? You love them. And they threw your love away. I can't imagine how that feels. When someone leaves you and all you're left with is that empty memory. It turns love into something unbearable. They made you into a villain so they didn't have to face what they'd done.
Sobbing again, I can't stop it. Tears mix with the blood and dirt on my face.
You didn't lose your humanity. They gave theirs away first.
Luger's body shakes. His claws grape stone, not anger but confusion.
You're not evil. You're in pain. And it's tearing you apart.
Tearing you apart, Lisa. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Anyway, back to the depressing reality that this is. Probably gonna die here, so yay. Hopefully it was all worth it in the end, and maybe. Let my hand, shaking, bloodied. Not to touch, just to be seen.
I see you.
Luger's breath hitches. You see its eyes shining as tears drip from them. Feels pain from what it's done. Every death must have hurt it as much as it hurts those who died. Hand drops to the floor, too weak to hold it up any longer. Pain is a distant thing now, like it's happening to someone else. Watch the beast through blurry vision. Watches me too. A long moment it doesn't move. Then comes closer. Body tenses, but there's no strength left to run. Can't even lift my arms. It lowers itself beside me, slowly and deliberately, and rests its head in my lap. Oh, he's a good boy. Moment stretches on, suspended like breath in frost. I stare down at it, the thing that destroyed my world, the thing that took Kate from me, the thing that used to love can only hate now. Its eyes are closed, its chest rises and falls, slow, almost calm. Blood on its fur, Kate's blood, my blood, village's blood. I should feel hate. I should want to push it away. But hate is what caused all this. Don't hate it. Don't understand how it feels. Instead, I close my eyes and a memory comes. Kate, smiling, laughing, hand brushing mine against the dashboard, voice teasing me, light as wind. Listening intently to whatever story she had to tell, or I had to tell. I remember the scream, the forest, the snow, the silence. Open my eyes again, look at the creature, Not as a monster, but as something broken. Like me. Just slightly, just sensing my gaze, but doesn't move away. It wants me to know and progress everything. So I forgive it. Not with words, just with my touch. Run my fingers gently through the fur, sticky with blood and snow. A soft tremble passes through its body. I flinch for a moment, but it doesn't hurt me. Just lays there, quiet and heavy. For the warmth of it seep into my skin. Heartbeat that doesn't belong to me, thudding entirely with my own. Lift a shaking hand and place it gently on his head.
You're not alone anymore. I'll stay with you.
Fingers tremble. Blood slicks my palm. Eyes closed, not from fear, but from peace. Never made an impact on anyone's life before. All I did was make things worse. But now the hatred and anger is gone from both of us. Because even after all I lost, I still have something left to give. Snow falls outside the shattered windows. In silence, two broken souls stay together. Holy shit, what a game. My god, that was fucking fantastic. And everyone who worked on this did a fucking fantastic job. This was phenomenal. I honestly don't have a single bad thing to say about this. This was great. This was fucking great. Very powerful message. Unfortunately, very true in the world that we live in, especially when humans are involved. But yeah, God, just everyone who worked on this, give yourself a pat on your back, cause fucking bravo. But yeah, that was the Howling Silence. Oh wait, hold on, not quite yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, the car. God, feels like ages since we were back at this damn car. God, so much happened in between after that, when we left the car for the final time. Cracked windshield, driver's side door wide open, no blood, no bodies. What does this mean? Oh, you have no idea what we have been through. Yes. Best guess, driver lost control, crashed here, wandered off looking for help, and froze to death. Hey, just walk a few feet and you'll find one of the bodies. Pretty morbid, Sawyer. Oh, trust me, not as morbid as Kate's body a few feet away. It's realistic. Can you run the plate number and see if we can figure out who this belongs to? No, I have a theory too. A theory, huh? Alright, let's hear it. Okay, I think a werewolf. You would think werewolves, April. Well, this time she's kinda right, so... It totally fits. Ow, why do you hit me with your clipboard? You keep this up, I'm leaving you behind with your werewolf. You wouldn't. Watch me. Wait, where are you going? Squad car. Gonna write a report. Sawyer, me in the car. Sawyer. The end. But yeah, honestly, fantastic. Fantastic all around. But yeah, if you guys want to check this out, whatever reason, link will be down in the description below, and yeah, try to be kinder to those around you, because, yeah, you never know what they're going through, and maybe rethink on some people in your life, because you never know if they turned into a monster because society made them that way. So, Doesn't mean that all bad people deserve, you know, to be forgiven, but yeah, that's another conversation for a different time.